almighty. Ha ha!
Anyway, welcome guys to Inception. Funny moment, or that's not funny moments. This is
Welcome
podcast
to Inception.
Time.
We're watching the Kinematic Fanatics.
Yep, this is podcast time. This is Gabriel. Dang, I'm trying to do the Gangbam thing where they come up with their own funny names of each other.
Oh, my name's Blip-Blap, and this is Skadoosh.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
That was stolen directly from the movie Kung Fu Panda. Skadoosh.
My name is Ben. Frankenfark. That's my name. It's my name. Ben
my name is Inception, and
Yeah,
most of what I am is particle effects.
This is Inception right here. This is also a movie featuring waves
Look at those particle effects.
and Leo.
Oh, and this is the direct sequel to Titanic.
Came out 11 years
What
later.
the heck? I'm alive and I have kids?
I'm also like 11 years older.
What the heck?
Oh yeah, because he gets like he like goes into the water, and then we don't know what happens. Well, I guess we knew. We don't know what
Is
happens.
Christopher Nolan making another movie where he shows the end first?
This is like the most face. This is like the kids like in this movie. They're like have a face reveal. Like they made you wait like 2 hours for a face reveal.
Yeah, you don't get to see their faces until he earns it.
This is the only Ken Watanabe movie I've seen.
I really do. It struck me as very funny the first time I watched it that this movie essentially has the same cast as the Dark Knight trilogy.
So yeah, his wife is
Tate something.
No, it's Miranda. Wait,
Miranda.
No. Is it Miranda Tate? Well, it's
Miranda
Talia al
Tate.
Ghul actually.
Miranda Tate.
Yeah, Miranda Tate.
Oh,
yeah.
that's not her actress name though.
It's some weird name. I
don't know.
I was watching on Amazon Prime, and it's like some weird name.
Yeah, well, yep, she's in it. Robin is in it. Alfred is in it.
Alfred, he's had like 3 minutes of screen time.
Yep, and this guy is also in it.
Leo wanted to be in this.
Yeah. Essentially, Christian Bale got switched out with Leonardo DiCaprio. Which, right off the bat, I want to ask, do you think Leonardo DiCaprio should have had an Oscar by now? Well, he did, but do you think he should have gotten one before that one movie where he had practically no dialogue in?
Oh yeah, The Revenant, when he actually won something.
Yep.
What's the movie? I mean, I think
Titanic.
I feel like maybe Titanic. He should have got one. I don't know.
You think so?
I've never seen Titanic, so I'm kind of basing this off of
Oh.
not a lot.
Oh, and then we cut back in time to this.
I was gonna say because so what's weird is the top wasn't spinning there, so that mean it wasn't a dream.
Well, it was. I don't believe it was his relic, so it's not clear.
Also, you want to? I just realized. So you know that top that he has through this movie, like his totem or whatever.
Yep, the totem.
I freaking hate those things because when I lived in Kentucky, I stepped on one. I made my foot bleed for like a good 2 hours.
Oh yikes!
Yeah, and I hated those things. I was like, I'm never touching one of those things again. It like hit me like right here too.
It's technically the totem is technically like a dreidel. Now that I think about it,
I mean,
it's a dreidel.
Yeah.
It's a dreidel. It's a dreidel that is not associated with Judaism.
Fair enough. But no, I think he should have got one before The Revenant.
I honestly felt that Titanic, even though Titanic is one of the best-selling movies of all time and it blew up,
It's very
his performance was not extremely
yeah, like I said, I've never seen
vibrant. It wasn't vibrant. And in fact, that movie kind of drives me crazy on like a screenwriting level, just because of the fact that they never use pronouns.
What do you mean?
They always call each other by name.
Really?
Like, continuously. Like, I think CinemaSins counted how many times they said each other's names, and it was like 300 times.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of
That's
times.
a lot for like a 2 hour and like maybe 30-minute movie.
Yeah, like, just think of how many, like, back-to-back, how long it would take for me to say Ben.
Names per minute.
Ben, 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 Ben. That was just 5, and it felt like an agonizingly long time.
Yeah, really. It did seem... Well, it also seemed weird.
Ben, 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 Ben. There we go. We're 1/30th of the way there. That was 9. Sorry. Ben. We're 1/30th of the way there.
Let's just say it again. So what I thought for the second, I thought this character right here was Cillian Murphy, but it's not.
It's Cillian Murphy is in this.
Well, he is, but he's the other dude.
That's right. And Cillian Murphy is not evil in this movie.
Even though it's like portrayed that he is, or he's like because they like invade his mind or whatever.
He's not the villain though.
He's not the villain.
He's a victim.
Lens flare. J.J. Abrams.
This is like one of the greatest espionage films of all time, I'd have to say.
Well, because I remember before I watched, I actually looked up like it says like on Google has like a brief description, and it was the thing that said this dude Cobb has the ability to invade people's dreams or whatever, and I was like, that's a really weird premise, but continue.
Interesting.
And then it was a thing.
I'm listening.
It was a thing, and then it goes on. It's like he's like one of the best. Like he's always hired for like espionage, like business. Like business always hire him for stuff like this.
He's like an assassin, but of your dreams.
The dream assassin.
Dream assassin. Yeah.
Assassin dreams.
There's a lot of butts in that word.
Wait, what? Oh.
Looks like Arthur's taste.
What a painting.
Modern art for you.
I call this inverted bull, man.
This is Talia al Ghul right here.
She's got the key to the bomb. We're following the wrong truck.
Yeah, they opened it. Yeah.
I remember the first time I watched this.
Why
I was
is
like,
Gary Oldman in this movie?
like, what the heck?
What?
The first time I watched this, I was so confused, just because he's like tying her to the chair.
Wait, oh no, he's
no, he tied. Okay, sorry. Just I did end up following this movie pretty closely because they explain the rules.
But the chair goes
and
flying, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because she stand. Wait.
Once you get the concept of it, it ends up fitting really well.
Yeah.
I don't know why there were so many other things in that room he could have tied that to.
I was gonna say, and then she just kind of disappeared. It's not even like she.
Yeah, she deloaded.
Yeah.
Unloaded.
Matrix deloaded.
Matrix deloaded. It sucks significantly more.
Reloaded wasn't that bad of a movie. It was kind of Revolutions. The third one is not that good.
I heard that those sequels are better to.
Well, no, of course the first. There's not really been a movie I've
heard,
watched where the sequel is better than the original.
I was told that the sequels were not worth watching. Is what I was told. Not that they were worse.
If you want like some deep philosophical stuff, then watch the sequels. If you want a cool premise and cool like story, go just watch the first one.
Hey, it made Keanu Reeves, and I am not complaining.
That's the thing. So there's like, what is it, 3 John Wicks or whatever?
Yeah.
And I wonder, it's like, why is there 3 of these? And why are they doing so good if it's just Keanu Reeves shooting people for like 2 hours?
Oh, it's very unique.
See, I never watched any of them.
It does separate itself from the rest of the movies in that area, like Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, sorry, Liam Neeson's thing.
Oh, Taken?
Taken. Thank you.
It's Taken, Taken 2, and then Freakin'.
Threakin'.
Freakin'. A Freakin'.
Yeah, well, John Wick has a very unique style of choreography as well as lighting. It's really cool.
I see.
And I am really excited because there's this hilarious, you know, Pure Flix movies. They're making a John Wick style movie. I'm trying to remember what it was called, but they're making like an R-rated action movie.
Yeah.
Pure Flix Films is.
But it's like a John Wick wannabe?
It's like a John Wick wannabe. It has this very specific style of choreography with the very specific style of lighting.
Yeah.
But, of course, it's weird. I saw the trailer for it. I'm trying to remember what it was called. Here, let me look up Christian John Wick, and then it will come up.
Shot knee, Robin. Robin can't be Robin with a shot knee.
Christian John Wick. Beckman.
I also like the idea. So what he does in this scene is he kills him, but he technically brings him back to life. It's weird.
It's a Christian movie starring Alan White. He's like the director of Pure Flix, and it's called Beckman, and it seems like it's going to be really funny.
I see.
Look at particle effects. The movie's got particle effects.
Did you have one of the ideas that we should watch? Like, it was I don't know if we'll do this, especially now, but we were gonna watch Pride and Prejudice and then Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Yeah, I tried to get it approved, but it was unfortunately too gory.
Oh, but could we watch Pride and Prejudice? Because I've never seen Pride and Prejudice.
We can,
but I
wanted to pair it with
that. I guess it wouldn't. That's why I always get confused when we do like. So I think like the next time we record, it's Interstellar and Christmas Chronicles,
Yeah.
which are not going to pair at all.
Yeah. Well,
but that's just something that's kind of weird.
I
when
like
it
to
happens.
pair the series in at least like a group of 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Just so that there's some sort of trend to what we watch. Like we are in the distant future going to be doing some Spider-Man stuff.
Oh, there's 3 of them, right? Or there's
There are technically 7 available for us to watch.
well, I mean, like, oh,
There's 3
well, I
Tobey
mean, there's, like-
Maguires, 2 Andrew Garfields, 2 Tom Hollands, and soon there is going to be a 3rd Tom Holland called
Tom Holland.
Homesick.
oh, because it's all the homes.
Homesick?
Homecoming, what is it?
Far From
Far
Home
From Home.
and Homesick?
Is it, wait, is Homesick where he's just going to be gone again? Or he's going to be in, like, Britain, or he's going to be, like, Germany or
It seems like it's going to be like a much darker movie, actually, than its predecessors.
Because, like, last time it was Far From Home, where he went to, like, London or whatever.
yeah, and he was revealed to be Spider-Man. And the next one is actually going to share, it's going to have Venom in it. The
Like
same
Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy's Venom is going to be in Homesick.
I thought they would never do... I guess it is Sony who's still... What's weird about the Spider-Man Marvel thing is that Spider-Man is owned by Sony, but Spider-Man, like, itself as a comic is Marvel.
Particle effects! Sorry, I gotta say it. Oh man, you see that? There's a little bit of compression on our movie. Because particle effects require high bitrate.
Oh. Oh, man.
Oh, man,
All
that's...
the water.
I do love this movie's use of slow motion, like it's
Ow.
really fun.
What?
Yeah!
Gotcha.
Yeah, this movie's
So they're invading
so
Ken
awesome.
Watanabe's mind. They were invading his mind to try and find him.
Yeah.
Secret for the... Was it COBOL engineering or whatever?
Yep.
Prepared.
Not even my head of security knows this apartment. How did he find it?
It's very difficult for a man of your position to keep.
This kind of seems like a dystopia where, like, corporations rule the world.
It is kind of a dystopian.
Here we are.
Like, there's no, like, free
concept.
nations anymore. It's just corporations that own everything.
Yeah, well, the idea of people hiring people that can enter your dreams
Yeah, that's
and
kind of-
steal from you.
That's weird.
The idea of having dream security.
Dream security.
It's a very unique world we've been put in.
The dude, Cillian Murphy, he's been trained by, like, someone trained his subconscious to, like, fight, like, invaders. Which is kind of weird, like, thinking is, like, now you need dream training to, like, actually resist people trying to steal stuff from you.
Yeah, and I love like the concept. Like they introduce the idea of a dream within a dream. Like
Yeah,
they
that's
slowly enter you into the concepts and rules of this world, because those are super important to understanding. And if you pick up on it and remember the rules, you're able to comprehend everything that's going on.
See, you said you understood this one way more than Prestige. I understood neither of them that well.
First time I watched this, I completely got the whole experience. But then again, it's very different than a traditional viewing experience, because you have to pay attention a lot to pick up on it. You can't.
I don't have ADD, but I feel like I just get distracted really easily by a lot of stuff in my environment.
I most definitely do.
Oh, okay, well.
Well, I don't necessarily have ADD.
Yeah.
But like I have something that like gets mistaken for that all the time. And
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing.
I'm like
but-
99% sure I have dyslexia, but like that's something out of my control.
Well, I am 99% sure that I have Asperger's syndrome.
Oh.
Which it does not exist anymore, by the way.
I was gonna
'cause,
wait, what? That's a thing?
The DSM-5 is a psychological book where they contain all of these mental personality disorders, things like that. Every single one is listed out and defined,
Yeah.
and they update it every once in a while.
Yeah,
and
of
the new
course.
updated version of that is that you have autism spectrum, which includes what used to be Asperger's syndrome.
Used?
Because now things like autism and schizophrenia specifically are a spectrum. You are on a spectrum. You are not a specific type, because it works better for diagnosing people that way.
I need to watch a lot of like videos on that, because I have no idea what the actual
Oh.
effects of autism are.
Do not watch videos.
I mean, don't watch videos. There's like actually an informational one where it explained what autism does to you or whatever.
Yes, but be very careful,
Why is that?
because there are a lot of people who don't know what they're talking about.
Well, Gabe, you're not a video. You explain to me what you think autism is, or what it does to a person.
it is technically a personality disorder. It's a type of learning disability as well, where you have trouble learning social skills.
Is it like oh,
That's the main aspect of it. You're a bit slow on social skills. It can have like extreme, like it's known for having depressive episodes involved. Untreated autism can cause psychotic depressive episodes.
I see.
There is a lot related to like the way your mind works as a whole and the way you learn, because like for example with high functioning autism, the higher end of the spectrum where Asperger's would be, it's your focus is super powerful, so that you can actually block tons of things out, but sometimes you cannot control what you are super focusing on, which is why it looks like ADD, because it looks like you're not paying attention to things, because it's actually that your mind is too focused on something else, which is why you're missing things. So yeah, that's the essential base of it. It's a very complex thing, but it's a learning disability with social skills and different ways that your brain works and treats problem solving. That's my definition for you. But yeah, when you have like that super focus ability, you can watch movies like this and kind of follow the inner details of it.
I see.
Is what I was saying earlier.
It's kind of so like, you know, like how like in like maybe say 150 years ago there'd be children that like, you know, just like, oh, he's shy, or oh, he's not like that good in his social skills, but he probably had one of those like things we can diagnose now, other than just saying, oh, he's just shy or whatever.
Extreme introvert.
Yeah, or something like that. We're just like, I think we're getting onto the point of that with I guess that is kind of pedophiles. Where people are saying it's a mental illness and you can go get help for it, which I think you can go get help for it.
It does. That would make sense. Like most serial killers have like a similar type of mental illness.
Yeah.
Like what is the term?
Well, serial killers are like the thing where most of them like have I guess it's just a disorder where you have to like, they have their own signature where it's just like it's their thing.
Yeah,
so
well,
like they'll have like one person.
Most serial killers have like an antisocial personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder. Many have OCD.
Okay.
And then there's the other. What's the name for the thing about dead bodies? What is that?
Oh, necrophilia.
Necrophilia. I kept going to the word narcolepsy, and that is 100%.
Wait, that's correct. When you fall asleep randomly.
Yeah, that's a sleep disorder.
Yeah.
100% different. But yeah, most serial killers have that, which in a court of law is not considered a mental illness, because you will be, if you premeditate a murder, you are declared legally sane. So there's a big difference in that.
Well, see, that's like right now. I'm saying like probably 20 to 50 years, it's going to be a totally different like way of ruling it. Like there's like all those degrees of murder. There's going to be more degrees of murder and stuff.
Like psychology is not an exact science, is the thing.
Yeah.
So that itself is going to change drastically in the next half century.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, there are people who are pushing for autism spectrum to not even be listed as a mental illness.
Oh, like, so they're just like, oh, you're fine, or whatever.
It's an eccentric quality, not a disability, is what they're going for. Even though, as a person who has it, like, I'd say there are definite parts that are a disability. Well, you can beat it, like, you can work through it, you can learn how to get past it.
Well,
but
here's the thing, I didn't think, whenever I meet someone, I did this with Cameron. Oh, just I almost said his last name. I did this with Cameron in band. So he has autism.
Yep.
And I known him for like, I think a year and a half. And then I found out he actually did, and I was like, what? It's just because
it's not like very much a clear thing on the outside.
That's why I can see why some people be like, oh, it's not actually a thing, because you don't really know until someone tells you or you see it happen.
Like, it mostly shows up when you're younger.
Oh, okay.
Like, I had a lot of like trouble growing up in elementary school, middle school. It caused a lot of problems, and so typically, as a learning disability, it just means you don't learn as fast.
Oh, I see.
It doesn't mean you don't learn at all.
Yeah,
is the thing.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I wasn't saying that.
Yeah, I know. I was just adding on to it, where the older a person gets, the
Yeah.
harder it is
I
to
think-
tell that they have that.
I just had a rough time in elementary school because I didn't really have a lot of friends. Like I just
Same.
had like big
Same.
social problems. I was
I was
weird. I'm still am. But,
I
you
was
know.
the weird kid. Yeah.
I still am, but like that's not the point.
I was very much considered the weird kid.
Yeah.
All throughout, like, most of middle school, too, because, like, I ended up leaving middle school to do homeschool.
Yeah.
And then I came back, and then suddenly, oh, I'm a cool person now. It's
Well,
like, no, nothing's
There's
changed.
a thing.
Just like Inception.
Almost 2 years ago, it was when I first like when I had my like first relationship. Everyone was like, "You have a girlfriend?" Because like it wasn't. I was the weird.
How
kid.
early?
What?
How early?
Like, I think it was like maybe like 1 month in, and like people it like slowly got out that I like.
No, I
was-
mean, like, how early in your life? Like, what grade were you in?
Oh no, I was 2 years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really have any of those like middle school, whatever, elementary flings.
Oh, those are so silly.
No, those are silly. Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
specifically avoided them.
Most of the high school ones are silly, too.
They're silly in their own way.
How do I know you can deliver?
But no, it was kind of like everyone would be like, "Oh, you have that?" It's because because they thought I was like just the weirdo.
Yeah.
It just felt weird. I was like, well, okay.
Yeah, well, most of, like, elementary school, middle school, high school, it doesn't matter.
I just ate some ice and it tastes like bananas. I feel like I should be worried about this. I have not had bananas in like a week.
Banana ice.
Banana ice. My friend, one of my friends at lunch 2 years ago had these chips that he put right next to bananas, and so they literally tasted like banana chips because the smell and the taste would like just echo bananas, so it would taste like bananas.
Bananas have a weird taste, I have to say.
They do.
They
Have
have
you
a
seen like those red
weird
bananas?
texture, like,
Have you seen those red bananas that taste like raspberries?
No, I
Those
have...
are like so. I haven't had one because they're very
What are
rare.
the Jamaican bananas called?
I don't know. I don't know.
I had deep fried versions of those that I made for my grandma's birthday because she was wanting some Jamaican food.
I want deep fried bananas.
Plantains are what they're called.
Oh, I don't know those ones.
They are very different than bananas.
Look, it's his dad.
Oh, hello! You're like in every Christopher Nolan movie, aren't you?
Dude, if without Christopher Nolan, he wouldn't have a... Actually, no, he was in a... There's one movie I've seen, Michael Caine, that's not directed by Christopher Nolan. It's, The Muppets...
The Muppets. Yeah.
No, it's, the Christmas one where he's Scrooge. And he's like, oh, I don't know. He's, like, yelling at the sky. It's kind of funny.
He plays Scrooge in the Muppets Christmas Carol?
Michael Caine yeah, and, like, yeah, Muppets Christmas Carol.
I haven't seen that in so long then, because I did not recall that.
So of course Dark Knight, he's in Zulu. Oh, that must have been older, like when he worked for, because that's in the 60s.
Yeah, he's been in the business for a while.
So it's not only because of...
He was in Jaws.
What? Oh, Jaws Revenge.
Oh, Jaws the
I don't know what that
Revenge.
is.
Oh, ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, Muppets Christmas Carol.
Did I just stumble upon a way to do a Stewie accent?
Ebenezer Scrooge.
My God. You.
You're here.
Ooh.
Wait. This is...
I can do it now.
What?
It suddenly clicked. I've been trying to do a Stewie from Family Guy accent for so long. Ooh. Mommy.
Bro.
Ooh.
Jim Henson's son directed The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Ooh.
Ew.
Oh, darling. Oh, no, that's not it. It breaks. It broke.
Why did he say he died too soon? He was like 60 years old when he died.
Michael Caine?
No, Jim Henson.
Oh.
They're like, you died too soon because he died of cancer or whatever.
Yeah,
It's like,
60 is pretty young, I'd say.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like...
I don't know. Anybody who kind of dies from
There's
unnatural
people like dying like their
consequences.
50s now from like heart attacks. I'm like,
Yeah, that's too
Goodness,
soon. That's
that's-
too soon for me, at least.
well, no, that really is. But just like, I thought he was like maybe like 30, and like he was still making Muppets
Huh.
when he was like 30, and like he had cancer and he
Yeah,
died.
That's very soon.
That's very soon. Well, because that happens like when younger people get cancer, like they'll just get like pancreatic cancer and then die like 6 months later.
Yeah, we're getting into some serious terrain. Yeah.
A little bit.
We've been in some serious terrain
We
already.
should talk about Christmas Carol.
We need to get like crazy. We need to like get crazy, deep, inverted, psychedelic. Because that's what this movie is. deep, psychedelic, insane, awesome.
Okay,
And then this character's here.
you're gonna have a deep thought question. This is the roll the deep thought segment.
I love
Header.
this scene. This is cool because it's teaching us the rules.
It's not strictly.
So the deep thought of today is
You have 2 minutes.
what is a person? Is it the mind or the body?
I'd say the mind.
That I too would say the mind because the body is just kind of almost like a shell. You
Yeah.
know, that's just you.
Are you talking about that meme where it's like, we are a brain riding a meat mech suit?
What? Oh.
Yeah. We're a brain and a bunch of string riding a set of bones and meat.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
circular mazes, more difficult. She's smart. I don't know what she's going to college for, but I'm going to college for Inceptions. Inception, conception,
Oh.
reception.
that's
I'm gonna be a recipe.
You're
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
you're gonna be a receptor.
a receptionist,
Yeah, receptionist.
an
that's what I was gonna say.
inceptionist.
A
Sorry,
concept-
what number should I put down for you?
A conceptionist.
777 777 777 7. All right, let me organize these papers real quickly. Oh my gosh, the dimension! I just fell into another one. I shouldn't have become an inceptionist. No. Hold please.
I feel like Inceptionists are the top geniuses of the world.
Look, we should recycle. Look at this.
Look at this symbol. Me, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh
drew.
no, I interrupted the recycling plant. Don't worry, it's fine. We can just recycle this paper once we're
They'll
done.
go back to normal in 20 minutes.
Don't worry. Once you rip this in half, it can never recycle. Just think about that. Just think about what you're doing to the
If you
environment.
rip a paper in half,
You're
it can't
killing sea
recycle?
turtles, man. You're killing baby sea turtles by interrupting the recycling plant. You dumb idiot.
Have you heard of the thing?
I will never teach you recycling things again if you're just gonna cross out my recycling insignia. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Okay, sorry. Continue.
I was gonna say this is another one of those times where he just goes off and I just wait. Have you heard of one of the things where it's like it's a humanity thing where they go, so we did something really good, so now we have to equal it out, so we do something bad.
Do something bad.
So it's like, so you know, like
Every sea turtle we save, we drop a gallon of oil into the ocean.
so no, so yeah, what it is, it's so a few years ago, it was like, you know those Thai boys that were stuck in the cave?
What?
There is some Thai, like, there's a soccer team of like Thai like boys that got stuck in a cave.
Oh,
And like
no.
and like there's like Elon Musk like donated some like technology to try and like help get them out.
Oh, particle effects.
And so there was like this thing, there was like this joke where it was like, oh, so we saved those Thai boys. So I just have to throw one of those plastic like ring things, like the circular things that hold cans of Coke, just throw it into the ocean.
Oh wow. This is cool though. Like,
It is.
Look at this CG.
Oh my.
It's never just a dream, is it?
I like how when a dream's like fading, it'll just like explosions. will
You
just
you can
happen.
tell that it's slightly older just because of the way they go rigid during the slow motion,
Oh yeah.
which is really cool. It looks good. How did they get her into the dream without like? Does she had no memory of going to
So
sleep
yeah, she's
before
like, we're in a
this.
dream right now. I was like, I feel like you'd know if you went to sleep.
I guess not though.
I mean, there are some times when you don't know when you go to sleep,
Dream, your mind functions.
but that's different.
Time seems to feel more slow.
So I looked up that
Teaching us some rules
that
here.
woman actress, and she's like a character in like X-Men.
Get up to and find.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know her character name. She is like a bunch of like X-Men like newer ones of like is like Days of Future Past or whatever, some like weird titles.
Yep.
I never seen any of them, but I just said that she was in that.
All right, we're gonna try this recycling thing one more time. You better be listening. Don't make that hand thing at me. That hand thing.
That's my thing. Don't point. Only
Don't,
point.
I'm the only one who can talk with my hands right here while we're talking about the recycling.
and I'm gonna
plant.
put my hands in.
Hey, you look at me.
Brush my jacket
You
back.
look at me while I'm talking to you about recycling.
Oh,
Look at
I'm
me.
still in my hands again.
See that bicycle behind us? That could be thrown away and turned into a new bicycle, but he is just going to throw it away and it's going to get compacted and then they're going to kill sea turtles with it.
Every time.
Okay, we cut to a completely different scene, but
Yeah,
I'm going
I
to pretend like that was a seamless cut and we're actually still having another conversation. Look at this street. It's wicked clean.
So when...
Recycling is doing so much for our... What are you looking at? Are you even paying attention? Okay, sorry.
Are you even paying attention that she's molding the world?
I just
around
like
her?
the idea of Leonardo DiCaprio just going off on this student of
This
his about
student.
recycling.
She has a cool name, Andrea.
Or Andrea, wow.
It's a cool name. I would name my child that.
This is cool.
This is cool. This is like Doctor Strange level.
Yeah, it is kind of.
This is like one of the most... Like, that and Black Panther are like one of the only Marvel movies I've actually seen and liked a lot.
Oh, you don't like many Marvel movies?
Well, I mean, some of them I see, like, there's, like... So, like, a lot of sequels, like, Iron Man 2 was, like, said to be kind of stupid, like, in its plot and stuff. And so, because I've never seen a lot of them. But I think, like, Black Panther and Doctor Strange really stuck out to me.
I feel like a lot of Marvel movies are stupid. I'd have to say that.
Yeah, but then...
Just-
I don't know, because, like, there's all this thing about, like, Endgame
this is
being...
so fun.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's awesome. That's an awesome camera trick they did right there.
I like when... So, I watched this on Amazon Prime, and Amazon Prime will tell you when, like, there's, like, goofs and stuff. Like, so there's a scene coming up where, like, her foot is invisible because of a green screen mishap.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So, when he said that, like, everyone was in his mind, or every person here was, like, a part of his subconscious, I felt like every part of it represents some emotion, or, like, some, like, little bit of emotion. So, like, whenever they'd be angry, like, he'd be angry or something like that.
Yeah.
But there'd be a part of him that was, like, actually nice.
Yeah,
It was
that's
kinda weird.
that's kind of how it is.
Yeah.
Like, it depends. Like, if you're insecure, then they're gonna attack you, because that's how you feel other people would look at you.
Yeah.
What were we saying about... I don't remember.
Marvel movies?
Marvel movies, yeah.
We said they were kind of dumb.
Well, like, they're intentionally, like, back in the days of when they made comic books just constantly, they still do now, but
Yeah.
not nearly as much as they used to.
Oh, I think this is where
Like-
foot disappears. Wait. Oh.
I'm looking for it.
Oh, I guess messed up. I think that's like during that mirror scene.
Okay.
Um,
Well, essentially... What was I gonna say?
oh. You said, so when...
So back in the
making
days of comic books, they had these writers would just make it up as they go along for each comic. There was no set of rules, no set of
Yeah.
they did not care about how things really were. They wanted to do something that was imaginative. And I feel like superhero movies have captured that, where yes, it's kind of stupid, but it doesn't matter that it's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Like for instance, like the idea of making a huge cinematic universe where all of these stories are true.
Yeah.
It's absolutely absurd, but it's exactly what it needed
Yeah.
to keep comic books going.
What's
because,
interesting about like comic books is that I wouldn't say stole, but they took ideas from like other things. So like in Marvel, Thor is a Norse, like actually Norse
yeah,
figure.
they take things from mythology for their
And
concepts.
in DC, it's more of a Greek thing, where like Wonder Woman was like, there's like these Greek. It's like that's what whole Themyscira is. It's like it's these women of like island women who like are warriors.
Well, the biggest franchise out of all of it is the Spider-Man franchise, of course. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's made a huge impact. And then all of a sudden, so they tried to do it again with the what's his face, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
The reason that failed is because it took itself too seriously.
Yeah.
It tried to create another trilogy, and oh, this part's awesome.
man,
It's
it's
scary.
nice.
Just like, oh, I'm coming at you.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, anyway, the thing that is really good about these new Marvel movies that are just repeatedly coming out, there's so many of them.
So
There's so many
it
of
was
them.
this year that was like ever since like I forgot what year. I think it's like 2009 or something. This is the only year that a Marvel movie has not come out. Ever since
Yeah,
2009.
just because of
COVID,
COVID
really.
stuff. But the thing that is making it really popular now is the fact that they're taking more time to have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
They have some serious emotional elements, relatable characters, like Tom Holland's character is awesome. And they've got this new CGI ability that nobody has ever had before to make that look really good.
Yeah.
These Marvel movies are more animated than not nowadays.
That's it. Yeah.
It's
eventually,
practically not live action anymore.
we're gonna get to the point where it's just like people and like we're already at the stage where it's just like people.
It's
in,
already
like,
that way.
Green rooms.
It's all digital.
Now,
it's all digital.
What's weird that what they're doing with like some new things like with Disney. So like, The Mandalorian is this new Star Wars show, that's coming out, and they're not using any green screen.
Yeah, like I was arguing that the new Star Wars movies are practically animated films.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
are.
definitely. And but what's weird about the Mandalorian is that they're using like these things that they used in like James Bond when Sean Connery was James Bond, where it was like there'd be a screen behind you and you could like move the screen to whatever you wanted it to see. So it's like basically like big backgrounds and stuff.
Yep.
And that's how they're making Mandalorian right now, is they're doing like big backgrounds where you can. It's just kind of weird how they do it. And they edit it with like video game technology, like Unreal Engine. They go in and edit it and stuff. It's kind of cool.
Well, the reason these Marvel movies are doing so well now is because of the chemistry that they have.
Yeah.
Which I was kind of curious about Homesick, since they're going for kind of a grittier tone.
Yeah.
It was like, if they go too serious, they're going to lose the chemical appeal that the first two Spider-Mans and all of these newer Marvel movies really have.
I was gonna say, what's the? There's so like it's like a
Guardians of the Galaxy and Deadpool started it, and they have. It has been a good move to go for more comedic, because having silly superhero movies take themselves too seriously, it's not as appealing.
Yeah, I mean, so Justice League is an example of that. It's thoroughly not a good movie, but it takes itself seriously like it is a good movie.
Yeah, DC has been struggling because of not taking that same road that Marvel has.
Yeah.
Joker was a stroke of genius.
Yeah, but that's
it's practically separate from DC,
but it is
entirely though.
It's a different. Same with Christopher Nolan DC movies. It's a totally different universe.
And for Joker, they entirely went the grittiest they could possibly do and made it as if they made it into real life.
Mm-hmm. See, I also think they need like just better people. Like Ben Affleck as Batman, I don't like at all. Like I like Christian Bale as Batman because he seemed like to fit the part really well.
It is funny having sparkly vampire Edward play Batman, yes.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna do fine.
Well, I mean,
Just, are they going to take themselves too seriously?
well,
Or go a little too far with the reasonable amount that the world should be in?
the whole Batman like Batfleck thing is, yeah, he takes himself way too seriously as Batman, and I just think he needs to be recast because he left and then he came back as Batman. Like
Yeah,
he's like, I'm done after Justice League. Oh, I'm coming back.
It's a dangerous road that we're in, just because we are recycling so many old concepts. Like, Batman's been around for so long.
30s, yeah.
And they're trying to do it again, and they're trying potentially to not do anything fresh, which is going to ruin it.
Yeah.
Because the reason these comedic movies are doing so well is because they're fresh, they're new, they're very different in their way they look at these stories. I just honestly think we should get more original stories. Like, I want more original stories. I don't want any more remakes.
That's what I like about this, or Christopher Nolan, is he makes almost
original
new,
one-offs.
He almost makes like new cinematic universes almost.
Yeah, he creates original one-off movies, which is the way movies are supposed to be.
He doesn't connect anything, well, except for the one time he got like told to by DC, but he doesn't really connect any of his movies. Like, say, Interstellar is not connected to this movie per se, or whatever.
Yeah, and it's good that way.
Yeah.
I like one-off movies that are a full, vivid experience, high detail, high stakes, high emotional impact. That's what this movie in The Prestige was.
Right now they're doing what I don't really like what they do, like, because Hollywood's all about money, and so like they'll do like, so you know, like Murder on the Orient and Death on the Nile. Like like they're in the phase of like Agatha Christie right now, where they're just redoing the old Hollywood to new Hollywood.
Yeah.
And there's really, if you look at both films, like I watched the 70s and the 2016, I think it's 16 version, there's almost no change. Like, it's all the same story, of course. And it just seems kind of stupid that they're redoing it. Like, same way they did, I know you don't like it, but I think they didn't need to redo Great Gatsby.
Oh,
even though modern technology, like, the whole point of it is like to make modern technology like make it look better and stuff, but I think just leave some of the old stories as they are. Like, you don't, I know you want money, but maybe just come up with a new idea now and again.
The remake appeal of things is it's lost on me. I don't want remakes of old stuff.
I don't like, because like Hollywood's done this like 3 times now, is they made like 3 different versions of A Star Is Born.
Yeah. The main reason like I really loved this film was just because I got to experience it, like super experience it, because it was in my uncle's theater that we watched it. We watched it in 4K, 5.1 surround with
That's
subwoofers.
cool. Yeah.
And that was insane because Sean, my uncle, he does not ever turn the volume down because our family always watches movies at low volume with subtitles. And so it was like a very vivid experience, and the details of it just really encapsulated.
Is that where the premiere was for Footsteps?
Yes, we actually went into his better theater for it because he has two really good theaters.
Is he a billionaire and we don't know it yet?
He's an IT guy.
Oh my goodness, that makes sense now.
The richest people in Topeka are IT guys.
I had a middle school teacher that's wife was an economist, and she literally like made so much money it wasn't even funny.
Yeah, well,
like he had a few other too in his room. He had a big house and everything.
Yeah, well, Sean is a techie.
Ah, I see.
He loves tech. He loves getting new stuff. And oh wow, that's cool. I love that.
Oh, I love when it calls back to it when he's like, it's the same thing with the stairs and he throws the dude off.
Paradox.
Yeah, paradox.
Yeah, it's awesome. This movie, like, I revealed last episode that The Prestige was my favorite movie of all time. This movie has a very different type of appeal for me. Just because the visuals and the writing is still really good, but the visuals are so awesome in this.
Yeah.
Because this is an action movie, an espionage movie.
Yeah.
It's not a drama like the other one, because the other one has that mystery drama feel and is still visually encapturing.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like the mystery and
yeah.
part of it.
I like these for different reasons, but I like Prestige slightly more because it's a bit more in my wheelhouse, because the screenwriting for The Prestige is better. Just because of how much thought and detail they put into it. But the screenwriting for this is still pretty fantastic. This is one of the best movies of all time, people.
What do you ever think of how it would have been to be like an adult, say you're 20 years old in the year 2000?
Yeah.
Like that would have been one of the best time to go see every movie in the theater. Except for Star Wars. I mean, like there's so many like classic movies that came out during that time. Like this one, you'd have been like 30 years old if you were 20 years old in 2000.
It's so new and fresh.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It just, I don't know, because like, it doesn't seem like cinemas seemed this way for a long time. It's not because of the COVID thing. It's because of just like, I haven't seen like
playing it
really
safe.
Good movies like
playing
this.
it safe with their hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, and that's no fun.
it's no fun.
Make
but
a risk sometimes.
As
guys.
a business, you gotta.
Yeah, that's why I don't like about the world today is that like everyone's trying to please their investors.
Yeah.
And so if there's no like original thought anymore. Someone will say, "Oh, a Great Gatsby remake. That'll make a bunch of money," which it did, and the investors love it because they know they're gonna get cash.
We need new stuff. We need
more ideas. Everyone listening, more ideas.
New ideas, fresh concepts, fresh one-off films.
New actors, too. I mean, these guys are great, but, like, eventually we're going to get so attached to these guys where we're going to use, like...
It's okay to reuse actors. Please use actors.
Well, and I know, but, like, we got to, like, have the new age of actors. Like, eventually there's this fear that, like... So, say, like, someone like Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
That the technology now... where it's called deep faking, where you can put a face or just like it's like another form of CGI. Yeah, it's where you can put a face on like and like use their like likeness to movies. Yeah. And what I'm kind of afraid of is that eventually we're gonna be so connected to the actors of today that people don't want to have the new actors, just have the old ones that are just like that are already dead or that are already being used.
That is not my concern. Mainly, my concern is that people will figure out that it is cheaper to not hire actors.
Oh yeah, and just like,
so corporate
moves
will involve that, but that's going to cause things to flop because you need a real person to play a character. Just because it's not going to have that same emotional connection if you're looking at a fully automated robot, essentially. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is, like, say Ian McKellen dies and someone wants to put an Ian McKellen lookalike clone basically using his likeness with CGI. There'd just be a man in a green suit that's just talking normally, but Ian McKellen's voice is coming out and stuff. That's just that seems like almost the end of, like, practical cinema then, is, like, having someone else who's already dead being used over and over again.
Yep. Well... Oh, sorry.
Just slap the volume on there.
Slap the volume. What was I gonna say? Well, yeah, if corporate moves decide to do that, it's gonna flop. they're gonna regret it.
I think eventually we're gonna get into like the cyberpunk land where it's just corporate businesses are running full countries now.
Yeah, that was what the Gilded Age was.
Yeah.
And we took moves to keep that from happening.
And I hope that like eventually we'll get to that point and then we'll go away from it. But it's just
Murphy's coming on screen.
He is coming on screen. See,
I was so happy when I saw that Cillian Murphy was in this movie.
I think he's just an okay actor. I don't really know. I mean,
Cillian Murphy, he is awesome for one specific type of role.
I just know him as Scarecrow, really, and that's really all I.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy's great. I loved Red Eye. Red Eye is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that day.
Yeah, you should watch that movie. It's another kind of cheesy 2000s movie, but it has some appeal to it.
I see.
On a screenwriting level, again, I'm partial to good screenwriting. What can I say?
Solid.
I like screenwriting. I like cinematography. I like acting. Those are my three wheelhouses that I put most of myself into.
We can't work based solely on rumor, can we?
Can you get me access to this man here? Browning. Fisher Senior's right-hand man.
Hey, are you gonna recycle that?
I love that in this movie names aren't important. So like when it's just like on Amazon Prime, it's just like, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio, he's just Cobb, or this guy, he's just Browning, you know?
Yeah, Cobb.
Or Eames. Like Eames is Tom Hardy's
Oh
character.
my gosh, look at all this paper everywhere. Are they gonna recycle that?
Yeah, recycle much, corporation?
Dude! Recycle your glasses too. You can reuse the lenses.
I think they have one of those stations where you can just drop
You can
glasses in.
recycle your glasses and your paper and your weird chocolate statues. You don't need those.
He just like he puts his finger on it and just
You
lets
don't
it.
need those. What am I doing with my voice?
I just like the idea is that he just like dips his finger in and he just licks it.
Yeah, just like. Oh, look at this this chocolate statue of Abraham Lincoln.
Isn't that the thing of the
Exquisite.
freaking weird Willy Wonka movie where this like
Yeah.
he like builds a castle or like a palace out of chocolate and it just melts in the hot
You like the
sun?
one where he like machetes this flying like dragonfly and licks the knife?
I like Gene Wilder so much as Willy Wonka.
Don't get me wrong. The new one with Johnny Depp, I much prefer that one.
No, I do not.
Me being like a
Oh
Tim
my
Burton fan.
goodness. Yeah, I'm nowhere near a Tim Burton fan.
Yeah, I might be ever so slightly edgy. I might.
Goodness, I just couldn't. I was watching that movie. I'm like, please just end. Please.
I had like a 2-week goth phase. Like
2 weeks.
mine was like super compact.
Mine was the 2-week Captain Jack Sparrow phase where
It's
I
like-
talked like Captain Jack Sparrow.
I was like sunshine and rainbows, and then life is a curse, and then 2 weeks later sunshine and rainbows, and I appear to be there until today.
Bro, no, I'm so. Goodness. I do not like. The only cool thing about Tim Burton's Willy Wonka was that Christopher Lee was in it. He's my favorite character. That was the only thing.
Yep, I guess he did a good job as the dentist.
I don't know. I just like Christopher Lee.
I do like the way they elaborated on Willy Wonka's relationship with his father, because the fact that he's a dentist really adds a lot to that dynamic.
He's just. Well, Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka just seems so.
Awesome.
No, he just seems like a.
It's so weird, but it's great.
So weird.
So, her totem
Is that-
will never fall over in a... Okay?
Oh.
I guess?
I get. Yeah, I was gonna
That
say.
seems weird.
Did she make it out of brass? Is that why she was like at the machine? That's a cool chess piece.
She
then.
3D printed
Oh,
it.
I thought it was a. Cause you ever seen those brass machines? Those are cool. Like where you make like candle holders.
I actually have access to several 3D printers now.
Oh. No.
And also like t-shirt printers as well. Just because the technical school I go to is...
Cinematic Fanatic shirt.
I want to make one. I do.
You just don't have money for it.
I just don't have like $30 per shirt.
Yeah.
Hey, if you give me $30 and Dale gives me
I was
$30,
gonna say both of us have to get. Wait, so you just paid the other $30 then?
as long as you pay for the shirt, I'll get you the shirt. And I am wanting to set it up so I can make like sell t-shirts on a website,
Yeah,
but
that's when you make actual revenue. Though.
I delved into building websites, learned a little bit about Dreamweaver,
Yeah.
and my websites suck. They suck. suck.
I wouldn't know where to begin with that.
I tried building it from scratch,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like a Frankenstein website. There was a bunch of weird, misshapen pieces, and they would just not stay together. Like, the header would be, like, flying off the y-axis, and then, like, I got the body thing, and all of a sudden the body thing is, like, crooked, and then you got, like, the sidebar, and that thing just yeeted up the z-axis. I don't know. Yeeted up the z-axis.
I've never heard that phrase before.
I came up with it when me and Zach were playing Red Faction Remastered. It's called Remastered because it takes place on Mars.
Thank you.
I get it.
But, like, the physics engine for it is so messed up. You, like, shoot somebody and they, like, convulse on the ground, like, bouncing around like crazy, and then just whoosh! They just fly straight up, and occasionally they'll just fall straight down. And I came up with the term yeeted up the z-axis, which is a fantastic thing to use casually. So our project has been shelved due to some issues with being yeeted up the z-axis.
So it's a whole business, like a whole corporation's coming out and saying,
yeah,
yeeting up the z-axis really messed us up there.
Yeah. Public statement. We have fired Johnny Depp, and we do not care about the evidence. If we receive any, we are going to yeet it up the z-axis.
Have you seen the petition to, like, so you know who Amber Heard is, right?
Yeah, yes I do.
Have you heard the petition? So she was an Aquaman.
1 million signatures.
Yeah, she was an Aquaman as Mira, as like Aquaman's wife.
You know,
and then she's like, everyone's like, get her off of Aquaman too, and she's like, that's not happening.
And I was like, I don't really care much about getting Amber Heard fired. I just want Johnny Depp to be able to keep making movies.
I just want him back.
Yeah, like, what's that gonna do? Canceling Amber Heard. It's gonna do nothing.
She's barely famous. I think she's more famous for like the trial than her actual movies.
Like, we need... Clearly there's a cancel culture issue here with Johnny Depp, and our solution to that is canceling another person.
Canceling Johnny Depp.
It's just like, we just can't do this anymore. We gotta wait for convictions, and we gotta stop relying on rumors when it comes to people's passions.
Did you see his statement? His Johnny Depp's statement was like, yeah, I will be appealing this. Like, he's gonna go to appeals court, or he's gonna try and appeal the court case to actually get it reversed.
Yeah.
But still, it's not gonna matter. Like you said, the whole Warner Bros. Thing, it's not gonna matter for Warner Bros.
It's about rumors, like, if the idea of it is the people want it to be fixed.
Yeah.
The people want it. And it's like, that's anarchy, man.
Yeah. See, what?
It's lawlessness.
I think of Warner Bros. It's like, what is Warner Bros. Doing anymore?
Well, they care about what the people think.
So Warner Bros. Like, they're like one of the last holding on, like one of
they
the
think
last.
They're gonna get boycotted if they don't respond to rumors and unproven accusations.
So like Disney owns a whole bunch of like the movie and TV world, and like Warner Bros. Owns like Harry Potter, which I bet like in the upcoming years even Disney will try and buy like a Warner Bros. Or part of it.
It's insanity.
And
it's insanity,
eventually
man.
we're going to the point where Disney is going to.
Oh
yeah, I thought that was funny.
I know that feeling.
It's gonna where Disney's got to go to like have to testify before Congress because of antitrust stuff, or like of monopoly issues, because they're just gonna they're gonna jack up the prices, and then they're gonna have to go to court.
Oh my gosh,
dude, they just beat him up.
Yeah, well, he's their test subject.
Also, I like how this is the only movie where you see Tom Hardy's face for the whole thing.
Tom Hardy is in this movie?
Tom Hardy's Ace.
Oh yeah, he's right there.
There's like this thing on Twitter where people were like,
his hair was done differently, and it threw me off.
Yeah, there's a thing on Twitter is like, Tom Hardy is a sexy man. In every movie he's in, we don't get to see his face because in like Dark Knight Rises, he's Bane. In Dunkirk, he has a thing over his face the whole time because he's in a plane.
Did not register that as Tom Hardy. I don't know.
No, that's Tom Hardy. That's like
Tom Hardy.
It's like the only movie where his face is shown for the whole thing, except for like the snowy part in this movie.
Oh, okay. So we've been talking about different things throughout this movie because the awesome part is when the espionage starts. Right now we're in
like the exposition and the background. Almost.
We're learning the rules in the first act because the first act of this is pretty long actually. But yes, we have learned the rules, and now we're going to be thrown into like the most awesome, convoluted thing. That's going to take like 50 years for some of them to get out.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
I just don't like with this movie. I guess I don't really understand how like people can remember dreams that much because I don't remember nothing.
Well,
about my
they
dreams.
typically don't.
That's the thing, but like at the end, you see like Cillian Murphy's like he's like changed because of it.
Yeah, well, it's you can remember dreams from NREM4 sleep
Oh, okay.
because your REM cycles are such a deep sleep that your memory doesn't register any of it.
Yeah,
But it does subconsciously, though.
I see.
Like psychologists say that dreaming is like one of the best ways for people to face fears and social anxieties, and because your subconscious is literally projected out in a way that you can deal with it without even remembering.
This is so that part that she just did, the thing that she just did. That's what reminded me of the Matrix. Is like when they go into the Matrix is when they hook up. She just hooked up, but is to a dream instead.
Yeah. He's literally built like a personal hell for himself.
Yeah, basically this is like
terrifying.
a dream version of the Matrix because like
they're gonna do. I forgot the jump scare.
Yes, it scared me when I saw that. I was like, ugh, goodness, that scared me, dude.
That's so good.
I literally jumped when that happened.
She's scary in this movie. They do a really good job of making her
scary.
scary.
In both movies I've seen of her, she's scary.
She's not scary in The Dark Knight Rises.
She like stabs Batman.
She's
And when
she's
she
not
betrays,
scary. In this, she's scary because like there's such a weird mystery to her.
well, it's also she almost like it's kind of sad for her character in this one because she looks like she has like, or it seems like she almost has a mental illness where like she believes that the real world is a dream and she has to die to let the dream die.
Yeah, well, she is delusional, unfortunately, because of him. Spoilers.
Yeah, because of him. Yeah, because of what he did.
That's what's revealed in the third act.
So he lost everything because he wanted to get back to the real world and then lost
Yeah,
everything.
he lost her. Yeah. He still has his kids though, but she set it up so he was literally gonna be convicted of her murder.
Yeah.
Which is that when I saw that was just insane.
I wish we watched The Matrix on this show.
We can.
We can't?
We are allowed to. Yes.
Oh, that's rated R. I was wondering.
Yeah, there's some rated R
Okay.
movies we can watch. Some we can't. There's some PG movies we can't watch.
Like what?
Millions.
Was that a movie?
It's a really, really crappy children's wish fulfillment movie with explicit pornographic material in it.
Was this something that's made in like the 70s? Like Indiana Jones?
No!
Or PG?
It was made in Britain, is the thing. I don't know how, but it was a PG movie that had a scene in it that was like incredibly inappropriate.
There was. It
was gross.
You remember? I don't know if you followed the controversy, but Netflix got in a lot of
Yes,
hot water. 'cause
I know
of
about
the
cuties.
The cuties thing.
Yes, I
and
wish.
My mom. That's why. So I couldn't watch.
I wish, Ben,
Yeah?
that I did not know, but I do.
What? You watched the scenes? I didn't watch the scenes.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
I just know about it, and it
you didn't-
sucks.
So I didn't watch anything because I was like, this seems like a movie I will get scarred by.
It's repulsive. It would be repulsive to
And-
watch it. I would not be
and
able to handle it.
So we had Netflix, and then that came out, and my mom made me cancel it, or made us cancel it. And so I think Inception's on Netflix. I couldn't watch this, or I couldn't watch, or maybe it's Prestige. I think Prestige
Okay,
was on
so
Netflix.
yeah, you were boycotting Netflix.
My mom was like, "Yeah, we're just gonna stop paying money to it."
Yep.
And
They're suffering charges now, so you don't need to boycott it anymore.
yeah, my mom's she can be arrogant at times, and she'll just be like,
Oh,
"No,
wow.
we're not going back." And it's like, okay, fine, whatever.
Okay, yeah.
We'll probably get some other thing that like probably will cost them more money in the end.
Hulu,
No, it's kind of like CBS All Access.
Disney Plus.
We actually have that.
Oh, this nosy little. Okay, sorry.
We actually have that, but no, the whole thing is I try to explain to my mom that's like so like even from like in the 80s, that's what French filmmakers did. It was kind of it's creepy, but it's not acceptable or it's not excusable. As French filmmakers,
Are you talking about Lolita?
I don't know.
That's another movie.
It's another French film that like is like child.
It's a movie about a pedophile. Yes.
Is it a French film?
Yes, it's
Because
a French
that's
film
what the
called
French-
Lolita.
That's what the French do. That's what French filmmakers
Yeah.
do. They make creepy movies about
It's
kids.
gross. Well, what was I saying? Where did this all come from?
Oh,
The movie. Millions.
Yeah, and I was just like, you hear about
British film. It's about a kid who happens to get like $1 million from a bank robber. Like,
That's weird. Okay.
yeah, they managed, and the bank robbers end up coming after him. But they're trying to figure out what to spend, And the older brother who knows about the money,
Mm-hmm.
talks about his interest in purchasing prostitutes. And as soon as that came up, we were just like, nope, we're done. So that's the PG movie that we cannot watch.
That is weird.
It was so weird. It was gross.
But so what a French filmmaker.
Uh,
How old was his brother?
probably like our age.
I mean, that's not like Cutie's level of like girl's age or whatever. But
It's still
not
bad.
good.
It might have been younger, because the thing is, like, if you look at statistics,
Oh, boy.
do you know what the average age that people are exposed to pornographic material is?
13.
8.
I know for a fact I was not 8 years old when I was exposed to it.
I've never had it exposed to me.
It was like it's just the part of the world. It was like 13 or like I think it was 13. No, it was either 12, 13 when I got exposed. Like accidentally, of course. It got exposed to me.
Yeah, but that's another topic, because
Well,
that's I'm guessing for you it's related to religious beliefs as well.
yeah.
Yeah. I have very
Yeah.
similar beliefs, I'm sure.
I think me and what it sounds like your religion is more non-denominational.
Yeah, we are it's
evangelical.
unclear.
Yeah, unclear. See, like
our youth pastor that went to college for teaching,
Yeah.
he said non-denominational, but my parents say assemblies, so
yeah. So yours is more like
well,
as long as you believe in Jesus and he died for your sins is more of the main stricken belief of the whole thing.
yeah, I technically
Which-
do not consider myself a religious person,
I don't either.
because like rules are a weird thing to talk about, but
Yeah.
like
I just don't
I believe very much in people.
I believe in just the world, and yeah, I also believe in like the good.
sympathy and empathy
I believe in the human spirit.
and respect for people's decisions.
Yeah. Well, see, there's always I think someone told me the argument of the good message of Jesus, like, helps people and like helps people be better, which is why I think my family isn't like abusers or anything, or like they don't really have any problems. Is that I think Jesus was drilled into their brains so early on in their life, they're not like messed up or anything, or if like they're not like they believe that he's like, or that like the message of him, and like to always be nice to everyone and don't be like rude and everything, which is a good thing. But then also like the message of Jesus also started like things like the Crusades and stuff like that. It's just kind
very indirectly though.
yeah, very indirectly. It's just Christianity is a help and a hurt. I can see points for either one.
Here we go. This is the fun part. This is where the fun
This
begins.
is where the fun.
What's that from?
It's Hayden Christensen in episode
Yeah,
3.
yeah.
When he goes, where the fun begins.
This is where the fun begins.
That's my favorite prequel. Favorite Star Wars movie, I think, in general.
Yeah, and that's the one you missed, isn't it?
No, Dale missed that one.
Dale missed it.
He missed that one in New
Shame.
Hope.
No, Dale.
He's not dead. He's coming back. He's coming back next week.
Dale. We have
It's gonna be
got
weird about Ethan here for us playing the Zelda game.
yeah.
You should ask him if he can try and make it to the December one,
Yeah, he should be able to.
because then we'll have to actually figure out how we're gonna sit.
Ethan's probably the most available out of the four of us.
There you go.
Yeah, probably. I'm usually so yeah.
This is just a special circumstance.
Yeah.
We got into some deep places before this movie really began.
What do you mean? Oh,
Oh.
like philosophical, or just like speaking, or just like.
Oh, well, we talked about some very personal aspects.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember in Prestige at least I got kind of personal about like how I was feeling, which is something I don't think is that necessary for me to do, but I just really needed to get some stuff off my chest because it's been.
Hey guys who are watching the
weird.
podcast, I hope you are enjoying a more in-depth look
At our lives, basically. Our
at our
podcast.
lives
You wanted to
and
watch
our thoughts.
Yeah, our thoughts too.
Hopefully, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Hopefully you feel at home with this podcast.
Hopefully you
'cause
can.
We want this to be a very welcoming hangout sort of thing. And so I hope you're enjoying this podcast format, because it feels weird, but
It does
I'm
feel
okay
weird,
with it.
Which, that's why I'm kind of like, I don't feel bad, like, or I don't feel bad. I don't feel like weird, like telling everything about that, or telling like a lot of things about that. It's because So few people will probably watch that podcast in this one.
Don't think of it that way. Don't think of it that way,
Yeah.
because
But
any
no,
moment.
that can be. I mean, that excuse can be used for like saying many other like terrible things in video or just in videos in general.
We shared some personal stuff, and you got to keep in mind that this video is public to every YouTube user ever, which is okay, because we haven't said anything like
that terrible.
we've not said anything terrible. We've just said some personal stuff.
Yeah.
And you do got to keep something for yourself.
Yeah.
Like I definitely have.
Oh yeah.
Here we go though. Seriously, okay, so they're starting the first layer of the dream, where they're gonna introduce the topic of him being kidnapped to use in later layers, which is awesome.
Oh yeah, I like how he just.
It feels like one of those bad dreams where you're like, what? Why is this guy in my taxi? This is awkward. And then all of a sudden, gun gets pulled out, and you're like, okay, this isn't awkward. This is scary.
This is scary. I like that.
Wait, what the heck? My pants!
Oh my god.
And then you just get hit by a train.
By a train.
I forgot about that.
That's why. So this is like when they see his train subconscious.
Yeah, this is
come into
his
effect.
subconscious coming through, not Killian Murphy's.
Oh yeah, it's just like take the law. It's $500.
Oh.
Did he get shot? Oh yeah, because his subconscious
Yes,
is like a bunch of
they're-
trained killers.
Yeah, they're essentially the army is now everyone. This
Oh my goodness.
and this. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of cuts here, but this movie does not have a lot of cuts, which is good. Sorry. Bless me.
Bless me.
I've already got the curse of acid reflux, so it can't be undone, but I can be blessed. Oh! Yep, well, I remember watching the Bourne movies and, like, kind of wanting to throw up a little bit just because of how many cuts there were.
Oh.
It was almost like a flashing light sort of thing. And it, like, makes you dizzy just because it's a little too fast. And they're having a little bit of that in here, but they get some pretty good fluid fight scenes later, particularly when the ones where gravity don't matter. Does not matter.
I'm trying to find. So there's this movie. I think it has Christian Bale in it. It's basically a ripoff of The Matrix. It said.
Oh.
It was like.
Newsies.
That's
the movie about the paper boys that
Wait.
sing.
Christian Bale was in Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yes.
Who was he? Demetrius.
Huh.
Interesting.
No.
I know Kevin.
No.
Yeah, I know Kevin Kline was Nick Bottom.
No.
And then Michelle Pfeiffer was Titania.
No.
Also, is it?
No.
Do you know if it's Titania or Titania? I've heard it both.
Who?
So there's the character in Midsummer Night's Dream. Titania or Titania?
I don't know. I don't know much about that, but I do recall hearing that Christian
think-
Bale was,
He's
I believe, Dimitri.
Demetrius.
Yeah, something like that.
He's I forgot the man. I wish I could like just take the honors English class over again. That was an interesting time for
Yep.
me at least. I mean, it was kind of interesting just to.
In order to go to technical school, I had to quit all honors classes.
Really?
Yeah.
See, this year I'm only taking like the AP version of U.S. history because I love it.
Look at this shot. You notice they're spinning
Yeah.
to make you feel stressed out.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, and then they're trying to shoot him
Yeah.
to put him out of his misery.
It's like that scene in there's the scene in Knives Out it's the scene when she just got told that everything goes to her,
yeah.
and then so the camera's steady when she walks out, and then everyone starts like crowding around here, and the camera just gets all wacky.
That's a good shot.
And I love that.
Because they're trying to overwhelm you.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you can communicate just through the
Well,
camera
it's
moving.
also like subconsciously too. It's like you feel overwhelmed, but you're not understanding why you're feeling it until you actually see. Oh, it's because camera's all wacky. People are everywhere around her. You know.
Yeah.
Trying to escape until the sedation is eased. Decades. It could be infinite. I don't know. Ask him. He's the one who's been there. Just get him upstairs.
Pretty infinite.
Oh yeah, he was in the he was there making cities or whatever.
Yeah.
He was living in his own matrix,
Yes.
basically.
He's Bob the Builder.
Ding, 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 ding,
Bob
ding,
the
ding, ding, ding.
Builder, can we fix it? No, you can't. Okay, you know what we gotta do? We gotta recycle him.
From a trash compactor.
No! Oh! No! There you go. Now he's not having any more dreams.
No more recycling for you.
Oh my gosh, we are all wearing leather. This is so not vegan.
Goodness.
Nothing wrong with being vegan. Just want some. Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to see the movie. I'm unsuccessfully finding it, or trying to find it.
We just raised the stakes. I am sitting this one out on this level, boys.
Fisher security is surrounding this place as we speak. 10 hours of flight time is a week at this level. That means each and every one of us will be killed. That I can guarantee you. We have no other choice but to continue on and do it as fast as possible.
Yep.
Downwards.
Teaching us more rules, but not making it boring.
All rules.
That's a lot of rolls. That's a lot of rolls. I feel like we have a Thanksgiving dinner with all these rolls.
All these rolls.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of rolls. I think we should probably abstain from any more sparkling grape juice.
I like the. See, I didn't realize this when I watched it until I looked back and saw that they were all masked. Is the reason that he trusts them in the next stream is that he doesn't know what they look like.
Yeah.
Like, and also he's like, I'm here to protect you, and it's Leonardo DiCaprio, but it's like he's actually like trying to like invade his mind.
The gambit.
Yeah.
I believe it was referred to as.
He just kissed. He kissed a wallet.
This thing's leather too.
Wasn't that like? Isn't
Incognito. Tastes like meat made from plants. What? You afraid you might like it?
You're on. You've got
What is
an
that
hour.
from?
It's from a commercial
Oh.
for a vegan burger.
I was gonna say that's the new thing with the
Wasn't supposed to.
Impossible. Like it's like the Impossible Burger. Impossible Bowl is like the meat, but not actually meat.
Yeah.
Whoa! What is?
Oh, it was him doing some sort of
because
thing.
it was Brownian, but then it was
Yeah.
Ian's in the back of his head.
You're trying to. Yeah, he's trying to pretend to be that character. So
Oh,
we can make
that's
this
why.
look real.
Oh, I see.
Because they're going through some plans to trick this guy.
Yeah.
Start talking.
I got Matrix music stuck in my head.
Is that the Matrix music?
There's the part when they do the iconic fight scene where they're shooting.
I thought you were doing the. What does the fox say? Ring ding ding.
Oh,
ding,
no.
Ding ding ring ding ding ding.
No, I'm not
ding,
doing that.
That's what it sounded like to me. I used to listen to that every morning because Elizabeth's alarm clock used to be that. What does the fox say? We're gonna get struck. Don't do that.
I'm trying to
Don't do
down.
that. Okay, well now our audience can't hear it and they'll feel alienated.
No, this is not the song. That was the main theme where it goes. It kind of like was that.
Do you want to see something that me and Ethan made that was really silly?
What?
Here.
There's really nothing to be said.
Rig dig 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 dig.
I was 11.
What's he doing?
I can't believe it's 5 o'clock. Feels like I just got here.
Oh wow, yep. I had a schedule to be done by 7.
Yeah. Which will be done earlier, but that's fine.
Yeah. What am I looking for? I was looking for something. Ring ding ding a ding a ding ding ding. Ring ding ding a ding a ding a ding.
Limbo is gonna become your reality.
Da da
So
da.
long that
Da da
you're
da.
gonna become an old man.
Da da da. Da 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 da.
It just went around.
I heard that.
Is it?
That's some good
Can we
content.
get copyright struck if we mix a song for another song?
Yes.
So-
it will detect small pieces of it. Like, you can be talking very loudly over the top of it, and it can still get recognized.
A will.
Maurice's will is with Port and Dunn.
That's an alternate. This would supersede the other if you wanted
Okay, I
to.
can't find the
Thank goodness this movie is, you know what I'm going to say?
What?
This movie is, do you know another thing that makes this movie good?
What's that?
The aspect ratio.
Oh yeah, this is his favorite aspect ratio.
It is my favorite aspect
I don't know
ratio.
how to not detect it, but like what aspect ratio is which.
Oh, it's just the size of the frame.
So
Like, you'll
is
notice this,
does it have the two black bars?
that it has the
That's
two black bars on the top, yep.
So that's what it is. That's what it
Yep.
does.
Because 16 by 9, your traditional full television screen doesn't have the cinematic bars. And then if you get to older films,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have the 4:3, where it's actually bars on the side.
I don't like looking at anything with the bars on the side.
I love it when there's the bars on the top
Wait.
and bottom. Cinematic bars, because this aspect
No,
ratio has different rules of framing
'Cause
than the other one.
I just realized, so there's in Next Generation, it like takes up the whole screen. Like
Yep.
there's no bars or anything.
16 by 9.
Yeah.
Might have the rest of the team convinced to
Um,
carry on with this job.
but no, and like so in Red Dead Redemption, which is a really fun game, there's like the cinematic scenes have the same thing where the bars come down and then it's like you're watching pieces of a movie
And the truth
Yep.
is, as
while you're
we
playing a game. That's what games are slowly gonna become, like just more a mix between cinema and actual gameplay.
Have you ever seen anything from the movie The Lighthouse?
No.
That movie was shot and came out in 2019, but it was shot in a 1:1 aspect ratio with old cinematic film.
I just didn't understand the concept that
I'd be careful.
turn into
I mean-
years down
It's fine.
What's wrong? Is it like rated like?
It's rated R, yeah.
Oh.
And it's very bleak. And it's got Willem Dafoe in it as one of the main
Is that
characters.
Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, and Robert Pattinson. This was an example of like an Oscar-winning movie.
Did it
because
wait?
the
Oh,
acting-
it only Wait. Yeah, it only
It-
got nominated.
It didn't win, but it was an example of something that I think should have. Just because it was very
Oh,
impressive on an
so
acting
it looks
level.
like you see the YouTube video. It has the bars on the side.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
claustrophobic, and it's shot on very old film, and it's
Why is it-
hauntingly beautiful with the way it was lit and shot.
You said be careful. Is there like a?
There's like
so bad at first.
very it's
I want to see you trying to explain this.
Eventually,
mutilations.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a horror movie,
what about for her?
a very psychologically
It kind of reminds
scary.
me of like the look of it and stuff. Kind of reminds me of Schindler's List, how it's black and white and like
Yeah, it's shot on very old film,
yeah.
but it came out in 2019 and it had some digital effects done on it, so it's
Oh.
very interesting. It's a very beautiful, well shot film. But that's a good example of the use of aspect ratio to convey certain moods.
Mhm.
Just because like this is
become old.
technically the same as 16 by 9, but the frame is longer.
Oh, I
It's
see.
wider. You can see more.
Eventually,
But once you get to like a 1:1 aspect ratio, it's a square.
by an idea.
It's a square.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of weird.
And that
Oh,
feels
that's-
really weird to
Yeah,
watch.
I remember. I've seen like, it's like if a TV can't handle it, it'll just go to like. I've seen like some things like that.
Yeah.
that she needed to wake up to come back.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing.
One-
And this aspect ratio
is-
is the most effective for modern cinema, in my opinion.
1.85.
1.85?
That's Schindler's List. It did the Lighthouse reminded me of looks like a Schindler's List.
Yeah, not quite a 1:1 aspect ratio.
Oh, so it's near that, but not.
It's
not-
pretty close.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what the convoluted number for this one is. I kind of just call it super wide. But that is not at all the technical term.
She was certain there was nothing.
Super wide
No matter how much I pleaded,
aspect ratio.
she wanted to do it, but she could not do it alone.
21:9.
She came up with a plan.
Yep, 16 by 9, and this is 21 by 9.
I see.
Because you can see it's longer. It's got a longer width, but it's the same height. technically. Because if it was stretched across to be its full size, it would match the side of this television.
Yeah.
But it has to be shrunk down lower to fit the width across the screen.
So I meant to tell you.
So it is actually bigger.
I see. I meant to tell you this upstairs when we were talking about Footsteps. But I had so I was in Iowa for Halloween when it came out, and I had a dream the night that it came out, like when I watched it. I had a dream that like the next day I woke up and it had like 260 views or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like a week later had like 1,000, and I thought it just kept growing more and more until I woke up at like 5 a.m. or whatever. Like accidentally woke up and I was like, because I had to go to the bathroom and I just got confused. I was like, wait, what's real and what's not? It's kind of like this. It's kind of like the thing where I was like, how many views is it at?
It's technically our most viewed video, sitting up at about 400. It's about to reach, but it could blow up at any moment. The thing is, like,
fair point.
Depending on how far it gets and how much YouTube does crap for me, which they don't do crap for me. Don't mean to swear, but
I don't know.
and
I remember
I did have a dream about Footsteps, not the actual movie, but I had a dream about the premiere party. Where I was like, oh man, this is a huge premiere party. There's like 200 people here. And like I walked in with my external hard drive with the movie and it was like, oh crap. It's not done. And like I was like telling Sean, I don't have the movie. I don't have it. We can't.
Wow.
There's 200 people here.
And they're all just
I have to go home and re-render it, and it takes like 3 hours to re-render.
Oh, no, because everyone's waiting.
And everyone's waiting, and so I like was like, and I like ran away, just like, and I was like fixing it, and it was just like, the audio is weird. What the heck? Like, why is it like this? It's so loud in places and so quiet in others, and I eventually got it re-rendered like 3 hours later. Oh, this is a very sad and harsh scene. Oh gosh.
I thought the cut was kind of looked bad though. I don't know. It just kind of seemed like it cut twice in in the space of a second, and it just kind of looked weird.
Here, I'll tell you a little bit about that after I say my dream.
Continue your dream, sorry.
And when we got back with the movie finished, there was 2 people there.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so I do have a little bit of an issue with that scene.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like the performance was really great.
Oh yeah, that's not my problem with it though.
But like, it didn't make sense spatially. Mm-hmm. Like, they wanted them to be across from each other while having this conversation.
It seemed weird.
Why was she on the opposite building?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense.
It also seemed weird because he was like, okay, Ma, I'll come back.
So you're telling me? Yeah, I know.
And I was like,
what?
What's she gonna do? Jump anyway?
It's like I was thinking. So in order to have it framed that way, she would have had to jump to the other side.
Yeah.
Or like rent 2 apartments opposite of each other.
I was gonna say,
knowing that he would come into the trashed one. I don't know.
She turned into Talia al Ghul too early, and just like ninja jumped over.
It doesn't make sense spatially, but they wanted to frame it where they're looking at each other because it would have been a little awkward if she was on the same window as him.
Do you ever wonder, the Prestige and Inception, they're both made in between, like, Batman movies. Like, this is, like, probably, do you ever realize how, like, busy Christopher Nolan was, like, during this time? So he made Batman, like, 2005.
But keep in mind, the production time that he's actually there for is significantly shorter than the main production time. Like, I think the average film time for any movie like this is, like, 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So
only 6. Wait, so to make this whole movie, it only took them 6 weeks.
Averagely, it might have taken longer for this one. It might have taken shorter for Batman. Who knows? But the average time it takes to film a movie is 6 weeks.
I didn't know. I thought it was a lot longer.
But that's just production. Most of the time and money goes into pre-production and post-production. Because that's when planning, costume design, all of those aspects are taken care of.
All the editing, though, right?
And then post-production is all of the editing.
Yeah.
Yes. Sound design.
I feel like that's the longest one right there.
You have people. I'm trying to remember what they're called. They're called masters, technically. Like, you can have a puppet master, which is a production aspect for a person who does puppetry. Like Jurassic Park had tons of that.
Okay.
And then there is people who assemble the final cut. The director usually assembles a cut, which is called the director's cut.
Yeah, of course.
And so there's different like usually in that 6 weeks period they shoot enough for a 4-hour movie, and
Yeah.
then they cut together the way that makes the most sense time-wise, pacing-wise. Like you can have a pacing master.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into post-production and pre-production.
This is my favorite part of this movie.
Oh yeah.
Where he just pulls out a grenade. Yeah,
Yeah.
launcher.
Just imagine something bigger. Saves you some time.
And he just looks back and goes, "What?"
Hey man, you gonna recycle that? Sorry. Recycle those lives.
I forgot how many or who it all was, but it's like there was this thing where it's like most of these main actors in here were all child stars before before adults. So
Yeah,
like Leonardo and definitely Joseph Gordon-Levitt were both child stars. I think there was like another one of this cast that was.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who started in that industry as a child. It's typically not known to be very good for you.
I think
To be-
like, mentally disturbing. I thought.
It can mess with you, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I definitely know in the terms of Christian Bale,
Oh yeah, he was.
his acting career has taken so many tolls on him.
Well, there was a thing where it was Elijah Wood. Like he was, I think he was a child because he was in like Spy Kids and stuff. He's like a childish actor.
He was in Back to the Future.
He was back. Yeah, that's one of his child things was. And
Yeah, well, it's
there was like he was like talking about how he almost like got like in a system of abuse like between like all the Hollywood like directors and like because there definitely is like a system that is like for the exploitation of child stars in Hollywood. And he almost got wrapped up in it.
it's in order to be a child actor, you have to have it's like having a job,
Yeah.
a very stressful job that has impacts on adults, not even mentioning children. Oh, and then I like
Wait,
this.
Did they cut the what?
In case you get bored.
Okay, your movie has like a cut out part.
No, it doesn't.
Him and that woman talk way more.
Well, we were talking over them
Oh,
talking.
I didn't know if
It happened.
I thought they were talking way more. I swear the scene was longer. I thought like you had a part cut out of it. I was like, why?
Yeah, well, we didn't.
$500, right?
Unless you watched like a longer version,
I mean, it's
which
just
this
the
movie is already pretty
2
long.
hours and 10 minutes.
Oh,
version.
this is his.
Wait,
this
no, it's
is
2 hours and 30 minutes, right?
this was an unconsented kiss. I have to say.
But yeah, they go. Okay, here. Yeah, quick. And
Here,
then
quick,
it's-
we gotta do this. I swear.
Didn't Tom say nothing to do that?
The funny thing is that she's like her as an actor is a real life lesbian.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Her actress.
Well, it doesn't matter because
No, it
you're
doesn't.
playing a role.
No, it doesn't because it's a role thing, but it was still kind of funny.
Oh, that. Oh my gosh,
Whoa.
that's really funny. Oh my gosh.
What are those photos? Way to be photogenic.
He's blowing out candles, man. You try to look graceful blowing out candles. You ever heard of Mr. Monk's spittle shield?
No.
Where
What?
somebody in a television show they tried putting in a television show called Monk. They were like concerned about the germs of blowing out candles, and so they put like cellophane over the cake and then put the candles through it. And they're like, "Yeah, spittle shield. It'll keep you from spitting on the cake."
Yeah.
And then they blow out the candles, and the cellophane immediately just goes woof, and like bursts into flames, and they have to fire extinguish the cake.
That's so awesome. I mean, you can still eat it after fire extinguishing it.
I mean, it's just got like carbon.
Yeah.
Like you can eat carbon, but it's also got other poisonous things.
Maybe don't eat it then.
Don't eat it.
You talking about extraction?
But no, that also reminded me of a Batman scene.
Oh
including fire.
gosh.
What?
I like
he
the-
saw his kids and went,
The
I gotta go.
The use of the same sound with the same glass breaking. It's
Yeah.
clear that this reality is being combined with his own subconscious. It's both of their subconscious in here,
Goodness, that's gotta be weird.
which is dangerous. In the danger zone.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've been yawning a lot today.
Yeah. I gotta save that bit for me and Ethan.
What? Oh,
'Cause
gotcha.
Me and Ethan came up with a bit where it's like uncontrollable yawning, but like you're trying to control it, and so the guy is just like.
That's like the one thing we had where I forgot what I forgot what video it was, but there was one where it was like a uncontrollable vomiting in front of teachers thing.
That's right.
Just like, hey, just,
Hey, miss, I really did. Oh.
look at that. Oh, that was weak sauce anyway.
They're still looking.
It didn't work.
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
Maybe kiss a woman right next time,
We should
Joseph.
probably get out of here.
Sorry,
And she
Mr.
is.
Gordon Levitt.
She ends up being okay with it. Still doesn't feel great.
Oh, I was gonna talk about that when we watched The Prestige. Is that
I love their slow motion. in
Yeah,
this.
it was always weird.
Particle effect.
It was kind of weird to see like in. Oh, whoa, that was cool. You see that? Like
yeah,
the
gravity
glass.
is shifting
Yeah.
the water.
Anyway, there was in The Prestige. I thought it was kind of sexist when like they had those showmen up there, right? And then they had like a woman right next to him in like tights or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I forgot that like
This hotel. Can you
we were kind of trash to those women. At least back then, at least, and possibly still now, depending on who you are.
She wanted to be in that show.
protect you?
Who?
Go on.
The character Olivia wanted to be.
Oh, well, I mean, but still, like,
in the show. Like,
I guess it
yes,
drew the audience in.
yes, it was used as distraction.
Protection of your subconscious.
That's true.
I was sent here to protect.
It wasn't necessarily to like make her lesser. It was just a mechanic
Well, no,
of
I mean,
misdirection.
But like, not really. It's more of like an attraction thing. It's just like I had to have a woman here to actually like get eyeballs on this like show or whatever.
Her point was to distract people from the stuff that the magician was doing.
Well, except if you were the person, like you're the one that got killed.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of. I'd have to say yes, it is true that is there,
Yeah.
but not necessarily that was there.
I mean, like,
Because she wanted to be there, she wanted to be
Yeah.
the misdirection. It was a very consensual role in this. Oh no, yep.
All right. If you want my help, you have to remain calm.
Oh my gosh. This is stressful. This is stressful.
Oh yeah, he takes his gun and almost shoots himself.
It's like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, he didn't even see it until he looks up like 10 seconds later.
Good thing he hesitated.
This is a dream. I should just kill myself to wake up. Right.
I like how he can't explain what will happen if he does kill
I
himself.
believe they have you sedated, and if you pull that trigger,
No, he explains exactly what would happen.
Well, no, he doesn't say like you'll go into
you go
limbo.
into a further
I
dream
know,
state
like
now.
the
Yeah,
effects.
he
of it.
does.
He just goes, "You'll just go in a deeper one and make you more confused or whatever."
Remember what I said to you. Give me the gun.
If you die in the dream, you die for real. Listen to what I'm gonna say. I need you to recycle that gun. Please, please. Okay, I need to stop that. I don't know why that's so
Recycling
funny
thing.
to me.
Why doesn't the recycling have like a friendly like looking like mascot? So you know, like
Why
how Smokey the Bear is like prevents forest fires.
Only you can prevent forest
Why
fires.
isn't there a guy? Why isn't there like two eyeballs on a recycle sign saying "recycle me"?
What?
Yeah, like I don't know.
Two eyeballs on their icon saying, "I'm watching you, man. You better save the sea turtles so that we can eat them." Save the sea turtles so we can eat them. That was a Valley Girl bit I had a while
It's
back.
like that original series Star Trek movie where they had to go back in time to save the whales.
Yeah.
I always thought that was kind of weird to see.
Thanks for all the fish. That's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Practice.
So long and thanks for all the fish.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
You haven't seen that?
No.
Oh, that's a classic.
Seems like something that would be in Star Wars.
It's a sci-fi space movie, and it's funny.
Hitchhiker of the Galaxy or whatever.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Trying to extract a number from your subconscious. It can represent anything.
You're a zip file. They're trying to extract you over to the C drive. You can't let this happen, because then you're going to be put in the recycling bin, and you know what that means?
If you don't get fully downloaded, your eyeball will become on your leg.
You're gonna get super compressed and then uncompressed, and from a .rar file.
Your ear's gonna replace your belly button.
You're gonna have like all sorts of compression issues. You don't even know what that means. They're gonna recycle you
Cycle.
to save the turtles, and they're gonna delete the cookies off of the website. And then okay, sorry. I apologize.
Pulled out, but it's too late.
Hey, you know what, miss? You're what? We don't even need this because you know you're like we don't even need this on the ceiling because you're like dynamite.
Burn your firework,
baby, that is where you work. Baby, do you like JonTron's cover?
JonTron did a cover?
Yeah, JonTron did a cover of Firework.
Have you seen my the best JonTron video ever?
No. I've seen all of JonTron's videos, though.
Okay, well, you'll know what it is then. It's the drug PSA one.
Yep.
That's his best video ever, in my opinion.
His flex tape one actually won a screening.
That is also... Wait, what? What do you say?
A screening. You ever heard of that?
You mean a streamy?
A screeny. Wait, are you sure? Is it a streamy?
I'm pretty sure it's streamy.
I think...
I'll search up screeny.
I think
So-
there's a screeny and a streamy because he
Screen,
wasn't
and then
live
is it
streaming.
Y or is it E or is it IE?
I think it's a Y.
Screeny. Screeny weenie.
Screeny Todd.
Screeny Todd.
Maybe IE. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's a streamy.
I feel like there's both because he wasn't streaming that. He made a YouTube video.
No, streamy isn't for streaming.
Streamy isn't for streaming.
It isn't for streamy awards. No.
Okay, well it may have been a streamy. Ugh.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty certain.
This is YouTube streamy awards.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's by it's for YouTube.
Yeah, he won a streamy.
So I don't know why they call it streamy if you're not streaming. I guess I don't know what else you'd call it though.
Nice and steamy. Streamy.
Oh boy.
Well, yeah, he won an award for that.
Yeah.
Game Theory has won some awards. I want to win one. Can I win one?
Well, you have to submit your videos though. Submit
Really?
your channel. Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Oh, I thought they just automatically grabbed
No,
it.
you actually have to submit yourself. It's not like being submitted for the Oscars.
What if I don't want to submit anything?
Well, then you're not gonna win a streamy.
Oh, dang it! The system's rigged.
I want to win
Only people who care about
I basically
competition
want.
can win.
I basically want to win the Whoopi Goldberg Award.
There's a such thing as the Whoopi Goldberg Award.
No, there's this award where you have to win a Tony, an Emmy, and an Oscar, and she's won all three.
Oh wow, yeah.
Because she was on a musical. She Emmy for TV show.
Yeah.
And then I think she got one for Sister Act as an Oscar.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg's awesome.
Yeah, she is.
I think she's my favorite actress.
Yeah, I don't know who my favorite actress is.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, that's right. Daisy Ridley. I forgot.
She's one of the only. She's only one of 6. Oh yeah, it's Daisy Ridley. That's it.
Yeah.
So the thing is,
Did she win a Whoopi?
Dude, they should make a Whoopi Award. I want a Whoopi Award. Okay. Anyway. And so you have to win an Emmy. So only 16 entertainers have got this: an Emmy, a Grammy, an Academy Award, and a Tony Award.
Oh
so
my
you have
gosh!
To be in a TV show, win an award. Make music for a Grammy Award, make a movie or you don't have to make a movie, but be in a movie for an Academy Award, and then be in a musical for a Tony Award.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm getting a Whoopi.
Okay, I want to change officially.
We might need to fix that.
Officially, we have to change the name of that to gain a Whoopi. Did you win a Whoopi this year?
I'm pretty certain, Ben, that's slang for a bit more than we intend.
Wait a minute.
Don't look up a Whoopi. Don't look it up.
Well, I mean, I'm just saving you if you have to a whoopin'. Oh, that's not it.
No, not a Whoopi.
So a Whoopi with an I or a Y?
I-E.
I-E, a Whoopi.
As in
Whoopi
Gold-
pie. Can we say that? I don't know what a Whoopi pie is.
Oh, it's actually a
Chocolate.
pie. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, where they go Whoopi.
I don't know what I thought it
Amish
was.
children.
What?
So, alternatively, the pie, which is from the Pennsylvania Dutch colony, is said to come from the name when Amish women made their made whoopie pies for their women and children, or for their husbands and children, and they yelled whoopee.
Ah, okay.
Damn, what's a whoopee?
Oh, did you find the definition that I thought it was? What is it?
Oh.
What is it? Let me see.
Oh man, I don't know. There's so many. There's like 3 definitions for it. I don't know. I don't know what.
Yep, the Urban
Dang it.
Dictionary one. That's the one I thought it was.
Well, they did an EE. I want mine IE.
Okay, well, there you go. So we were both right. Let's think of it as cake, because that works.
Cake? A cake award?
Oh no!
What?
Sorry, somebody
Oh.
got hit by a car and it made me
see the
sad.
list of this.
Slow motion particle effect. Give me some of that. Oh, and they're gonna do the shot that we actually did in our movie, because Sean actually wanted to do this concept where the camera was spinning as it came down a hallway, because he wanted to do one of the Inception shots.
Oh,
and so
yeah,
we
I
ended
know
up
that.
doing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so goofy. I love it. See, it's spinning,
Yeah.
which is really
that's
cool.
What it's called. It's called EGOT Awards. So like EGOT winners, there's only 16 of them who've won all 4 of these. Like, at least one of all 4
Okay,
of
so it's
them.
not called winning a whoopee.
No, we want it to be called that though.
I'm gonna call it that.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak with professionals about it and refer to it as such.
Hey, did you win a whoopee this year?
Hey man, guess what? I'm so close to getting a whoopee.
Mel Brooks has one.
Mel Brooks got whoopee?
No, Mel Brooks.
Who's Mel Brooks?
I think Dale knows a lot more about him than any of us. He did a lot of like. There's a lot of stuff in general.
Is he in the theater area? Because
He's
I don't know much about
he
that
makes
area.
Movies. Okay.
So Whoopi is one of
Whoopi-
the first people to win a whoopee.
I think Mel Brooks won it before though.
Okay.
So I guess technically it shouldn't be called a whoopee, but we're calling it a whoopee.
Yeah. I'm gonna get whoopee soon.
Richard Rogers. He's one of the dudes who made Sound of Music.
Yep.
Uh
Is he gonna get... Yeah, gravity's messed up right now. Nope, not yet. Okay, they're in the 3rd layer.
Wait, did she? No.
No, Whoopi Goldberg's still alive.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Good. I don't know why I slipped into that accent. I don't even know what accent this
Oh,
is.
that's another celebrity who died this year.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Yep, that's exactly who this is.
Clean slap to the face.
Yeah, poor Sean
Have you
Connery.
seen the video where he
He has a legacy.
have you seen the video where he's just like okay, like he says it's okay to hit a woman.
What?
Yeah, it's just like
Scary.
I don't what?
Scary.
I mean, okay, I don't know what. Okay, what's on YouTube? Oh no! I type in Sean, and then the first thing that comes up is Sean Connery slapping a woman.
Oh, I love infamy. Okay. Kill Count did a review of Basket Case 2. Have you ever watched the Kill Count?
No.
James Adrian Nice, his channel's called Dead Meat, and he does a lot of reviews of horror movies where he goes into behind the scenes stuff. He's awesome. He is a joy to watch. Yeah, I go, oh no, what the heck? Okay.
What the heck?
Oh, it was a Daz watches. He reacts to some of the weirdest videos on YouTube, and I was like, I saw the thumbnail and was scared for a bit.
I like how the rest of this movie is in the first dream. The rest of this movie is him on a bridge.
Yeah, it just takes so long.
It just
in this
takes
world
so
for
long
that.
in that time to like transfer over to this time.
Yep. This is where a lot of people start getting lost, but it made sense to me. I'm just imagining like an inverted pyramid is what I'm imagining with this. Because it makes sense as a timeline if you look at it as an inverted pyramid.
See, Christopher Nolan loves time. Like, he loves messing with it. And that's the thing with, like, all his movies.
He just loves messing with the traditional storytelling chronological method. You see, I got into film because of my deep hatred for chronological...
Chronological? Okay.
For the chronological. I prefer... Which chrono refers to time.
Oh,
so,
yeah, Kronos is the god of time.
Yes, chrono. Chrononucleosis. The kissing disease of time.
What?
Instead of mono, it's chrono. Time kissing.
Time kissing.
The time saliva disease.
What does that do to you?
Secretly transmitted disease.
10 seconds from the jump.
It happens when you win a whoopee.
Technically, shouldn't COVID be a
secretly transmitted disease? We're not sure how it happens.
It's secretly transmitted. You won't even know.
There's many things that are secretly transmitted diseases. Oh no, death from bullets. It's a secret how that was transmitted.
Sean Connery can't die from bullets. Only Alzheimer's.
No, he can't. Oh.
Yeah, she did die from Alzheimer's.
Oh no.
Not to disrespect the dead, but he actually did die.
Oh no, Ben. Ben.
I'm sorry.
You're a serious dude.
I'm a serious dude.
Yeah, you take things that are silly and then you take.
I mix in reality with funny.
It must be this movie. It must be this movie because like Inception is the movie that triggers deep thinking.
Man, I'm thinking so hard about this movie right now.
I'm thinking so hard about this action. It's an action movie. It's an action movie.
Yeah.
Did Eames add any features?
I don't think I should.
And it's funny because action by itself is like my least favorite genre, yet I really love this movie.
I don't know my favorite genre.
It has so much substance to it that makes it way better than your traditional action movie. My favorite is, I like horror and I like comedy equally. Those are my two favorites. But they're both very similar, if you think about it.
See, you've watched me play a horror game. I obviously don't really like horror that much, even though
I love it.
I have a cameo in a horror movie. It's kind of weird to think about. I don't like it, but I'm in it.
I love it.
Wow.
Paradox.
Paradox.
That's an overly loud scream. We've definitely acted. You're like, ah! Do you... Wait, can you go back for a second?
Do you know? I can't go back.
I think he was flipping him off. Was the joke I saw in the
the
beginning of it. I was like, wait a minute, I have to be sure, and I was like, oh wait, you can't go back.
So do you know why horror and comedy are pretty much the same thing?
How's that?
Because they both inspire an incredibly strong feeling that makes you physically react.
Fair enough.
And I really like having that feeling for both, like, laughing
Yeah.
and then, like, being scared.
Well, I mean, I physically reacted to the Prestige when the big, like, when the thing came out at the end or whatever. When it, like, was revealed, I was like, whoa, like that.
Yeah, I
kind
love...
of had that. Oh my, is that a person?
No, it looked like
No?
a rock.
Okay, I was just making sure.
This is an avalanche.
Or, yeah. Was that that one line in Lord of the Rings where he's like...
This ain't like your traditional blizzard from Dairy Queen.
This isn't your traditional Blizzard, like the game company.
Haha, wow.
Haha, Overwatch.
Haha, wow of wow.
Wow of wow. Wait, yeah, there's it. Yeah, I forgot they made WoW.
Wow of Warcraft.
WoW of Warcraft.
Okay.
World of Warcraft of Warcraft.
Hey, you guys up there. You know what I have to recycle?
Look, they're just falling for the next whole movie.
Yeah, my mom hated that they were just falling. Every time we would cut back to this layer, they were just falling. Because she was like, how are they still falling? And she was just like, yeah.
So that's because he messes with time. If you don't want time messed with, then don't watch these movies.
That's messing with gravity. As we'll learn through Interstellar, the only thing that can go through time is gravity. Which is Interstellar. That's the next movie we're watching, hopefully. Okay. Was that a reused shot?
Probably.
I feel like we already saw that happen. Strange.
I like how originally Ken Watanabe was like they were invading his mind, and now they're working together to invade someone else's mind. Now.
Yeah, I know. Like they made a friend during.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
It's kind of like when they're just like it's kind of like in Britain and France were like enemies before World War One, and then like Germany started doing stuff. Actually, it was Austria-Hungary started doing stuff, and then they're just like, well, I guess we have to be friends now.
Well, this is just good business. It's just good business.
I forgot what it's from.
Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just good business.
I have a jar of dirt. I have a jar of dirt.
It's kind of, it's that line. It's like his last line that he repeatedly says as his boat is getting ripped apart. It's just good business.
Oh yeah, it's when it's at like I call it the final one because I don't really count.
It reminds me of I count that as the final one. 4 and 5 do not matter. Ah!
So it's like I feel like it's like 1 is like its own thing, and then like 2 and 3 are connected.
Yeah.
And then 4 and 5 are their own thing as well. Like, they don't feel like one big, like, series. They
I
just
feel like it works better as a trilogy.
Yeah, I
And I
mean,
feel
the
like
first
they-
one's not that... I guess it has Barbossa as, like, the only
They
connection, really.
explored all that was there to explore.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that line kind of reminds me of the line in the first Jurassic Park, where, like, he's looking at the Velociraptor and he's like, "Clever girl." And it's like, shoot it!
Yeah.
Clever girl.
I think what I like...
It's just good business.
What I really like, and, like, what really sticks out to me in a movie is, like, the soundtrack of it.
Yes.
So, like, especially, I think it's Pirates 2 is when it has Davy Jones's theme, which is on, like, one of those, like... It looks like it's not on a box, but it's on... you could play it on one of those little boxes where you rotate. And also, there's, like, other themes that go with it, too. And the main one, which is just awesome.
Yeah. I found it interesting as well that Inception, even though it has a very remarkably similar cast to Batman, it also has a very remarkably similar soundtrack.
Well, yeah, because
Like the music.
they're all made by the same dude.
It sounds very similar.
Yeah.
It feels like it just got remixed.
Well, I mean, I think I definitely like Batman's more because
Da-da-da-da-da.
yeah, because in Dark Knight Rises, there's the Bane kind of theme where it's just like a bunch of like percussive beats.
It kind of has that same. It's not triplets. It's duplets. Da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Kind of that. And this kind of has that as well.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da.
Oh, dude, that's my.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
That was my favorite thing in Dark Knight. I think it was in. It's when he's like supposed to be brought. The Joker's supposed to be brought in dead, and then it goes dun dun, and then he wakes and he gets up and he goes.
I like the Joker's theme. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Well, then there's also that like tension feeling thing where it's like and then it's the Joker's. It's also in when he's being interrogated. It's like the light music as well.
Yep.
It just I don't know.
I like the third one. How the third one, we watched that on the show, and I didn't have headphones.
Oh, you couldn't hear
so
any of it.
So I couldn't hear any of it.
Man.
And like as soon as it started, like the music started, I would go durna 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 durna, and I would be exactly right.
What a time!
Like I synced the audio with the movie, and I was exactly right, which is so funny. I
think
go back and watch that. That was the 5th video the Cinematic Fanatics has ever made.
I could recite the whole plane scene from Dark Knight from Dark Knight Rises.
It's like 32 movies ago, Ben.
It feels like
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
No, that's literally what it is. This is
you...
episode 37 is this one.
So, I wonder...
And that was episode 5.
We've had some changes in, like, schedule, because I wonder how many, like, movies we put out, or I guess videos we put out this year.
We almost put out once a week, a little bit less.
I was gonna say, a little bit less.
We're gonna hit, like, 40.
Okay. There's 2 weeks in a year?
Yep.
Yeah.
Next year it would be, like, 26, though, because we're significantly slower.
Well, also, depending on how Discord works, too.
Yep. It all depends.
Projection. Fisher is real.
Come on, shoot her, man. You know she's dead.
No.
Oh, yeah, that so sucks. And then he should...
I like her in the arm, which should not...
I like the censorship aspect that they use.
How
like,
so?
There's like a cloud of red that appears and then disappears.
Oh, yeah.
It's never like an actual blood effect.
I don't think I actually know how, like what blood physics, like real blood physics, actually looks like when you're bleeding. Like
there's a whole science to it. There's actually people in forensics who deal specifically in blood patterns. Like they can tell how a scene took place by the way the blood splatters.
Yes, yeah.
And it's done all sorts of things to different cases because you can understand the order of things happen, exactly where they were standing, and you can figure out what things were in the way to prevent like shield spots. It's incredible, and I've seen a video on basic understanding of what it does. So yes, you can study that if you wanted to. I think you can get a doctorate in it.
My mom's really trying to get me into like not like doctor medical field, but like trying to do something with like anatomy and physiology, and I really don't really like the subject that much. And I'm just like, I don't really feel like going in a career like that. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm too into storytelling. But the thing about it is you can use almost every single subject that you learn in school for storytelling. So like I will not argue that what they teach is completely pointless.
Math? You
For
tell a story
me.
through math?
No, but there
Yeah,
was
it's
no
important.
time down there.
I mean, yeah, I guess math,
And we will
what is it, the
find
quote? It's like the math is
as
the
soon as Arthur's
language of the
music kicks
universe
in,
or whatever.
just use the
I guess.
defibrillator
I think that's a
we can
quote.
give him
Well,
his own
math
kick
you do need
down
in your
the road.
day-to-day life. Like that's one of the more
You get him
important
in there.
classes.
Mm-hmm.
As soon
Math
as
and reading, because reading teaches communication overall,
Yeah.
and math teaches it teaches you how to deal with money is the main thing. So those are the two most important. Everything else, a lot of people can argue that they're pointless because like they're not useful for all careers.
Yeah.
In
so
fact, they're
I've-
not useful for most of them.
I've had a lot of people be like, yo, man, I don't like history at all. Like, it doesn't need to be a class.
That one I'd say is important because, like, on a philosophical level, we as people,
Philosophy, and also
Yeah.
just, like, looking to the past for, like, past events and,
like, we
just-
need to understand where we've came from and what mistakes have been made before us.
Yeah, I always think it's kind of weird that we're looking, like, so far into, like...
Here we are at the beginning of the movie.
yeah. Beginning of it.
Chris Nolan, he likes doing this for some reason.
It
It's
just
cool,
feel-
but
it just feels kind of weird that like we're going like we've gone to space and stuff, and we don't even know how we came on this how we came to be on this plane. You know,
there's a lot of theories.
there's theories, but there's no facts. Is the thing. So there's theories of how it all happened, but there's no like hard facts of.
We're getting to
it. But I feel like in the next like 50 years we're gonna get to it.
we're
but-
getting to another deep spot in Inception.
Oh
Yeah, well,
yeah.
yeah, the basic idea of history is to understand the past. I don't get all the stuff about dates, though. Like, I guess it's useful to be like, aha,
See-
I know exactly when this happened, because you're better at parties if you do history.
That's why I wanted to go into a profession of like teaching that for a long time until I realized you need
You're
to
a
have
very
like yeah.
history-savvy guy.
Yeah, the thing is, I wish it was livable. Is the thing like actually like because you need to like have another thing to do besides just being a high school history teacher, and if you want to become even like professor, you have to be even like I guess like not more intelligent, but like you have to be like really hardworking to like stay on that path for like 10 years of training to become that.
Yeah.
And then you're finally there, and then there's not really a lot what else to just do and say other than your job. It's just kind of weird. But no, yeah, like you said, you're good at parties if you know that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
I like to think that I go to school so I have something to talk about on this show. Because it's kind of true. It is kind of true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have been better at the show. Like, it took about until I got out of homeschool to be able to be a decent comedian. Because, like, if you don't go out, you don't have stories to tell, you don't have
Yeah.
experiences to
Yeah,
base new bits off
that
of.
would be rough.
It's like trying to make something out of nothing.
You built all this?
Yeah.
Incredible.
We built for years.
Man, yeah, that's a
This
lot
looks-
of building.
This looks like the Wall-E universe where everything's just like trashed on.
Yeah, this... Man, his children are
His
always
children-
green screened into the exact same spot.
I guess that is a what is it? A reuse of a shot.
It's
like,
the same thing, yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Unless they had them imitate it in the different environments that they actually had physically.
definitely
But
not.
I don't feel like none of these
No.
environments were physical. This is a green
Are you
screen.
kidding me?
right
He's
here.
not climbing an elevator.
He might be doing it. He does his own stunts in a zero gravity environment.
Well,
And those were real bombs that they used.
oh yeah, real bombs. There was actually a thing where it was like Joseph Gordon-Levitt did all his stunts but one for this movie. It was like Amazon Prime Fact or whatever, where it'll
Oh,
tell you
fun.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he actually was shooting at all those people on set.
That was our first apartment.
It's kind of like
This is not a
Like-
good design aspect. Your basement is going to be flooded.
oh man,
Oh no.
I like the idea. Just like so, it's like kind of like a Vin Diesel and The Rock things. Like they hate each other, but they have to be friends. I wish there was a thing where it's like it's a hero and a villain, but they actually hate each other in real life. So all the like the anger is like being
The
taken
chemistry
out.
is there.
Yeah, it's all there. It's just like I hate him so much.
Yeah, I was really lucky to like figure out that like so I was like, okay, so Caitlin's gonna be in this movie and I want to have this emotional scene with somebody else. Who is gonna do it? And I was like, Oh my gosh. Caitlin and Patience have really good chemistry. It is really important to kind of think of it that way, because some people are not compatible, even in like acting.
Oh yeah.
Which is an interesting thing for a casting director to learn, because I did realize that like as a director in like a big company, I won't be able to do the casting. I likely won't be able to do the
you have to get someone else
cinematography.
to do that,
I won't be able to participate in the screenwriting.
What will you participate in, Gabe?
Well, mostly what the director does is he works with the actors, and he tries to essentially bring all of these elements together in a cohesive way and schedule it all out. But like I want to be the person who is in the screenwriting room, because usually there's like your average movie has about 12 people writing it, believe it or not.
Yeah. I mean, it's like how like even video game story writers will like there'll be like 50 or 60 of them in some cases.
I want to be in the writer's room. I want to be working with the actors. I want to be working with the cinematographer. I want to participate in the editing. There's just so many parts that I want to be a part of. I'm gonna be like a guy who's fully taken by this line of work.
When you said that some actors don't like, what is it? What was the word you say?
They don't have chemistry.
They don't have chemistry. I immediately thought of Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman.
Yeah. What?
I think they have chemistry. I think Hayden Christensen's just bad.
Fred and Ethel Mertz.
Who's that?
They are the couple.
Are they the Flintstones?
No, I Love Lucy.
Oh.
Because there's Ricky and Lucy Ricardo, and there's Fred and Ethel Mertz, and they hated each other.
Wow.
Like a lot. And in the show, they have like that kind of boomer humor of, "Oh, I hate my wife," and my wife is like, "I hate my husband."
I thought the boomer humor was like the husband hates his wife and the wife is just trying to do everything for him. I thought that's what it was.
That show I would decently say is sexist, because like most of the plot is that Ricky wants his wife to stay home and take care of the house for him while he goes off singing in places.
Almost everything.
And like the plot is she always is like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, like,
and like she does something silly to get like she loves the acting career and keeps trying to get into her husband's line of work, and he's always like, come on, you can't do that. He's Jamaican.
He's Jamaican, yeah.
And that's the plot of the show. She tries to escape oppression in comedic ways.
Yeah, I mean, anything from almost that era can be viewed as like almost sexist.
Yeah, it's like
but there's shows who like
it's not a bad show.
Who mock it. So like Mary Tyler Moore was like the Mary Tyler Moore show was like totally against that. It was like the making fun of like.
I still recommend watching the show because
that show
it is a historical time capsule.
Time capsule. It's a time capsule you can watch.
Yep. And it's funny because like the more you watch it, the more you imagine it as if it was in color, which is a very interesting experience. Yeah. Like I always pictured her as a blonde, and like you see an actual color picture of her, and she's a redhead.
Were you the one I was talking to about how when I was a kid I thought like those days, which are those days I guess like when was that made, like 60s, 70s?
Yeah.
I thought that the world was just black and white.
Yeah, you did tell me about that.
I did. Did I tell you about that? I don't know if that was.
And then Color World got invented.
And then like the Wizard of Oz created color for the world.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It reminds me of.
Or like,
I'm a big fan of Dan Avidan. And like one of his bits was that he and his father went in Israel to these caves. Mm-hmm. I think they're called the Qumran caves.
Okay.
And he like is like he's like 4 and he like looks up at his dad and he's like, "Hey Dad, I dug these caves." And his dad is like, "Oh, Dan, you dug these caves?" And he's like, "Yeah, I did." It's like, "Oh, I'm so proud." There's like funny things like that as a kid that you don't realize.
Yeah.
I had several. I'm trying to remember a good one. Oh, I saw, like on Christmas, we used to watch the Nativity movie.
Bro, me and you basically grew up in the same family. I watched the movie every Christmas to this day.
Yeah. We haven't watched it for years.
Really?
but
man.
like I was like 5,
I'm pretty sure like
and
last year
like
I watched that.
baby Jesus was born, and I was like, what the heck? He wasn't born with clothes?
Came out in holy robes and pecs.
It was like, what? Well, I was like, they come out naked? That's really embarrassing.
That's really
And Mom was like, don't worry.
You came out.
Me, and your dad, we decided I was going to eat clothes every day so that you would have something to wear when you came out.
Goodness.
And I was like, oh, thank you.
But no, every time I watch that movie, my dad always makes a comment. I'm gonna remind him this year that when we watch it, he always makes a comment. He's like, "Yep, Jesus came out without an umbilical cord."
Oh, yep. Good movie. Good movies. They didn't want to be too graphic.
Well, because
like he comes out and the mom
Even,
like still attached.
Yeah,
like,
even like in
"Ugh."
Star Trek, they'll have like an umbilical cord like fake thing. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, like because when babies are born.
Oh, well, they have like a makeup effect. That movie
Yeah.
did not.
Oh no.
Ah! Don't worry, they were just imagining it. They're actually old.
Yeah.
And then,
Was that the movie that like Oh no, that was a show. There was a show. I think it was called like The Bible, and it was like basically a documentary where like you get to see like John the Baptist get beheaded.
Oh no.
Yeah.
There was the Bible epic miniseries that went really far into the violence of the Bible.
Yeah, I think that may be it because there was
It's like-
one where they're like in the Israelites or Jews are in captivity.
It's just like, yeah.
And like one of the kings that like tries to flee gets his eyes pushed in because that's how you make them blind. Is you just push someone's eyes in.
Have you ever read the Bible?
Have I ever read the Bible? It's very.
Oh my gosh,
dude! It's like
so like I like to read a segment every time I'm in church because for reasons I cannot go into part of the service. I have to wait a little bit outside, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read this.
Wait, what? You have to go outside.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
I have a noise sensitivity, and so
okay.
like since the worship has like really loud bass, it can be really difficult. So
Yeah.
I have to wait outside through that, or else I go through extreme pain.
I think that's what Leo does for sometimes when like in band I'll see him.
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. Me and Leo have very similar
Because
problems.
he was like, yeah, my parents like we just play a lot of like loud music in like in Shawnee Lake, and like my ears just like they just start hurting and like everything. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, it's
Yeah, it's like a sharp
crazy.
pain going right between your eyes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and you can feel like the bass in your chest. But I was like, I have, like I used to work with the kids at the church in the kids ministry, and so there's this one little kid named John who like ran up to me while I was reading the Bible, and was like asking me questions and stuff, and I was like, here, I'm just looking at this, like what segment am I reading today? And I was like, I cannot read this to him. Because it was like,
yeah, okay.
it was about somebody got raped in the Bible. And I was like, yeah. But don't worry.
What?
Jacob came back and killed every single one of that guy's people. After circumcising them.
Who raped in the Bible?
Hamar to, I think, Rachel.
Wait, Rachel got raped?
Yeah.
You can't do this.
And Jacob came out and killed every single one of them.
I did not know. Why did they skip over that in my Bible?
In your preschool.
No, it's like my Bible at home. I do not remember seeing that.
It's like in Genesis.
Yeah, because I read about the whole story about Jacob and Esau. They never
I
said
hope
anything
all
about
of you
rape.
people who are not interested in hearing about the Bible are enjoying
Maybe
this
we- Maybe we
podcast.
shouldn't say rape. You think we get in trouble?
It's a little too dark for us. I don't think we should go there.
But no, there's one story. This has nothing to do with that. There's one story. It's in the Old Testament. I think it's like Kings or something, where this woman was supposed to go in and like kill a general that was sleeping in a tent. And so what she did is she took a nail and she took a hammer and nailed the hammer into his brain.
Yeah, that's part of the Bible. I remember that one.
And I was like, oh my goodness.
It's just what they used to teach in Sunday school.
I mean, if you think about it, that was like I
So
guess.
Noah built an ark, and then 1 billion people were killed, and their rotting bodies floated across the water as they continued to sail towards the mountain.
But there was but yeah, it was the thing where it's just like I guess that would have been like the beginning of like, or the kind of beginnings of humanity when they're like just all like beating up each other, like the whole Cain and Abel thing. Is, like, the beginning of that.
Okay, we
Oh
are
my
in the end of this
goodness,
movie.
we are.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like she's been shot 3 times now or twice.
Oh my gosh,
Oh my!
they just kick him off! Yeah, well, that falling feeling wakes him up, and then they're just going up. What happens if they die in this world?
If they die in the hurricane world.
If they dry, if
they dry.
If they die in the fourth layer, do they go to a fifth? Oh.
Well, because the thing is now is that so when they.
Okay, that was some weird CGI there. Did you see that?
Yeah, when they live, I guess when they die now, like if they die in the dream that Joseph Gordon-Levitt is in right now, then like they go I think lower. But then if you die in this one, you actually go up because that's the thing where you got to ride the layers back up.
That's right.
And then instead of going down because they're already at the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. You're right.
Oh, dude. Okay, I have a Reddit joke to tell if you want. If I can.
I think we got to focus on this movie.
Dang it. Okay.
We need to have like a required amount of time to be talking about the movie during this podcast.
I'll tell it at the very end when we see the credits.
Yep. So this is this feels like a little bit of an invasion of privacy that our heroes have committed.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
I feel like this should if he actually existed and there'd be a whole nother like slew of criminal like names and charges for brain invasion.
Yeah,
dream invasion.
They technically did just give him years of therapy though.
Yeah.
Like at least it was a positive way that they manipulated him.
I know, but that's like a philosophical question. Does the ends justify the means though?
Machiavelli. Macho Man
Randy Savage.
Venti Mocha.
Da Vinci.
Mocha Frappuccino.
I like how you said let's focus on the
large.
movie, now we're just saying names.
Mocha Frappuccino. Where is my Mocha Frappuccino? I've been looking for days. My coffee's cold and it's in a cup. I said I wanted fat-free, tons of sugar, no cup. I said no cup. You put cup in my coffee.
Oh yeah, I don't understand. What is this supposed to represent? So he grabs a wind thing.
He gets the choice to either take over his company or be his own man.
And that's what the wind.
The will, he gets to keep it, or he gets to keep.
Oh, so the will is the paper, right?
The will is him taking his company, and he did not take the company.
Oh, he took the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tom Hardy. How do I not? You kidding?
Because you don't see Tom Hardy's face in anything. I'm telling you.
I guess it's true.
Bane, he has the mask on the whole time. In Dunkirk, he has the mask on the whole time.
He's Bane.
Yeah, he's Bane.
My gosh!
And his voice sounds nothing like Bane. That's why they did a robot do it. Or not robot, but a computer.
Wow.
I always wanted to be a fly on the wall when Christian Bale had to go to Christopher Nolan and say,
Christopher Bale.
So I can't eat
Nolan.
I can't eat anymore because every time I talk in the Batman voice, I can't eat for 24 hours afterwards. So can we have a robot do it instead?
Oh, I love this cut where they literally just fade. It's awesome. It's just her face, and then the environment behind her just sorry, Mike. The environment behind her just changes. It is so cool. Oh my gosh. And then...
Whoa.
Okay, they aren't going to do the effect yet. When it's just her and the background is changing, it's awesome. Yeah, here we are.
Didn't she wake up again? Yeah, because then... Oh, man.
Oh, it's so cool.
Water.
Oh, it's so cool. Just in time, too. That car has been falling for half an hour of this movie.
I was gonna say, we finally got to the climax, and the climax is the car falls.
Rose.
Jack. Talia.
Jack. Rose. Jack. I lost my brain.
What do you think oh, whoa. What do you think Leonardo da Vinci.
Hey, don't you dare pull an Up on me. I've seen Up, and don't you dare pull that on me again. Gosh dang Pixar, dang Disney, don't you pull that on me.
Dang playing of my emotions.
You better not do not play an Up on me. If you play an Up on me...
You're not yeeting yourself over the X-axis.
If you play an Up on me, I'm gonna yeet myself up the Z-axis.
Z-axis, X-axis. I think the Z-axis...
Nah, they're pulling it up on me.
There's the X and Y axis, but then the Z-axis is the next level of math.
Well, Z-axis is gonna add 3-dimensional depth.
Exactly.
X and Y is 2-dimensional. And then X is 1-dimensional. Don't you dare yeet me up the Z-axis with your uppin'. Up and yeet me. Yeah. Oh, I need to watch Up again as an adult. That feels pain fully.
As an adult. I was gonna say, it's like... Are you...
Not to say that children don't feel pain. It's just...
I don't want to watch it.
I never understood Up as a kid the way I understand it
Really?
now, and it breaks my heart.
I mean, is there anything different when you when you
as a
watch it
kid, you
sometime?
don't really think about death that often.
Oh,
Particularly
like
the
how,
idea
like,
of
life is
growing
short or
old with your
whatever?
loved ones and
Yeah.
outliving each other. It's a deep topic that kids don't get when they watch that.
I mean, I think it's kind of like sad, but yeah, it's just a message that life is short.
Yeah, life is precious. Life is precious, and
Which-
occasionally, one of you is going to get yeeted up the Z-axis.
Which I think I learned when I watched Downton Abbey.
Really?
Well, there's that one scene where
Downton Abbey.
I just watched the episode where he has an ulcer burst and he just spits out blood.
Yeah, that's
everywhere.
right.
And they're like, life is too short. Like 1 minute your life can be great, the next you're dead. Except he didn't die, but he almost did.
Gosh, my parents were not expecting that, and I watched that at a very young age. And
Oh,
was
me
like,
neither. I watched.
Whoa!
I watched. So the thing is,
No warning.
I actually haven't finished Downton Abbey, but my dad's told me about the ending, and it's not like a big climactic thing. That's why I wanted to rewatch it because I actually wanted to finish it this time. Because I was supposed to finish it before the movie came out, and I didn't, and so I just kind of stopped watching it after I watched the movie.
Yep, here we are, back where everything started. Back where everything started. I don't remember what this character is. I don't know what this character is.
I forgot that at the beginning.
Look how dilated his
Yeah.
eyes are.
At the beginning, I thought he didn't look like the old guy. I thought that was actually what is it? Like, actually regular, like young Ken Watanabe, but that's like old.
I immediately knew that they were the same person.
No, I didn't. I thought I did. So I didn't recognize that in the beginning that he had like the old wrinkled face. I thought it was just the young man face, and he was still talking.
Yeah, well, the transition between this and that other scene where they were hijacking his brain.
Yeah.
His eyes are super dilated. That's some good CG.
He looks like old Bilbo Baggins. Like
Someday they're going to be able to do like patches to this movie, like fan patches where they replace their eyes with like anime eyes, where they're enormous.
Yeah. But no, he looks like the makeup that they did for like old Bilbo Baggins at the end of Return of the King.
Yeah, the makeup work. Like think it was Frequency. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
2000s movie about time travel. Pretty decent. Their aging makeup was just not great. Because a lot of aging makeup is not great, particularly when they try to use CG to do it.
Well, it was kind of weird. Yeah, it was. They did that in Rogue One, which is a Star Wars movie you probably haven't seen.
Yeah.
With Carrie Fisher, where it was like it was supposed to look like her like young self, but it was actually like Carrie Fisher in like not a green suit, but they just had to like change her face for CGI.
Like, I don't even necessarily like the aging thing that they did in this movie, because like it's not quite.
Well, yeah, it's kind of.
It doesn't look like an old person.
No.
It's weird. I think
Well,
if they had done practical and did some prosthetics and some really like makeup sculpting, which is more expensive than this, then it would have looked significantly better.
see, what's weird is
Hot towel. It's actually a burrito. You can either wipe it. You can either wipe yourself or you can eat.
it's kind of weird because you can what is it? In the last Harry Potter, there's a scene where it transitions like 15 years into the future, and they look exactly the same.
Yeah.
Because the makeup team did nothing.
They did a good job casting Tom Holland in the first movie, but as soon as like he was meant to be 16 and looked 20, I was like, already ruined.
You know what's weird about...
Tobey Maguire looked 30 though, as a high schooler.
You know what's weird is it was Karate Kid that really looked weird for me. So the dude who's like his name's like, oh, I forgot his name. The kid.
Yep.
He's like 22 and he's supposed to be like think like 13 or 14, and he literally looks like he could be 13, or like maybe 15.
People try to cast higher aged characters because it's easier to work with older actors.
Yeah.
Because the problem with working with like a 14-year-old in a Spider-Man movie,
Yeah.
it's just they're not nearly as seasoned as they would need to be to play the character satisfactory in a way that is satisfying. So it's a rough scenario. Yeah, working with kids is it's considered one of the most hardest things to do as a director.
Oh, as that director, I was like, that's what teachers do every day.
Well, if you're working with kids for a movie, it's
I
really
think, like,
rough.
if-
In
if-
theater, it's even worse.
If you want, like, I was gonna say, if you really want to be like a child actor, just an actor in general, just like take like they should have like a class of like when you're a kid, if that's what you really want to do, like when you're younger.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you can like not be, so you can be maybe not like as seasoned as it would be for a child actor, but like still be like not be cringy. Like, if you know what I mean.
I'm hoping that I get the opportunity to practice
Mhm.
working with different types of people. Like, I've already gotten the opportunity to work with you and Alex in
Mhm.
Footsteps, because, like, you both never acted before.
Yeah.
And that's a really big and rough transition, is to go from never acting to doing your first.
Which that's a thing. I remember this is the only time it's really stuck out to me. Was when 2 summers ago I went to 3 summers. I think it was 3 summers actually. I went to New York City, and I saw Aladdin. Like they made a stage thing on Broadway.
Yep.
And that's really, I was like, well, face reveal. 2 hours and 30 minutes face reveal.
God.
Go.
And it's Michael Caine.
Bro, grandfather.
No, my kid.
No,
He's
my
secretly
kid.
my third kid.
Oh, he's the third. He's
Hello.
the oldest.
Hello, father.
Hello, Batman.
Batman, Daddy. All
Bat
the names.
Dad. Bat Dad.
Bat Dad.
There has to be a shirt somewhere that says Bat Dad on it. It's like, there just has to be.
Oh, is it gonna fall?
It's gonna. Okay, see, that's what. So
Look, it's wobbling.
It's not like secure. I thought it was like.
It's wobbling.
It's wobbling, so it's gonna fall. So
Every time
but
before, it never wobbled.
the thing was, I didn't see.
Yeah.
I didn't see like how could he get back to the first, I guess, dimension, if you want to call it, like the actual real world, before he just left like the 4th dimension.
Did that say directed by Emma Thomas?
Yeah,
she
Thomas.
did.
No, not direct. Wait, not directed.
Sorry,
Screenwrite.
producer.
Produced
by
Yeah.
Emma Thompson.
Thomas.
Sorry, man, I'm so good. She did. Her name showed up in the Prestige cast list as the
Oh.
producer.
I didn't know that.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Nice.
thank you everybody for checking out this highlights
Oh, yeah.
video, and thank you everybody for checking this like super serious. Like, I feel like we went some serious places
Oh yes,
today.
we did.
Which
But
I hope.
I want to end the serious topic with a joke from Reddit. If I can, Gabe, if that's okay. With you.
Yes, go ahead.
So there was once this guy who he died, and his only sin in the world was that he cheated on a test in 3rd grade, right?
Mhm.
And so when he got to the gates of heaven, he talked to God, and he was like, "All right, I'm just gonna put you in the highest level of hell, and you don't have to do any work or anything. You just have to do that." And then he's like, "Okay, that
What
sounds
kind of
good."
Reddit joke is this?
And then he goes, if you did your 3rd grade test, you would know heat travels upwards."
Thank you everybody for watching this episode of the Cinematic Fanatics. We will be back next time with Dale, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully he'll be in town.
That's
Dale
kinda-
will be back in town.
Kinda.
Bye.
No offense to him, but yeah. Never mind. Okay, I was gonna say something, but bye.